Hey everyone, Brian from Three Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
You know, guys, it's not just cell phones that distract drivers. Today, there was a rug maker commuting in rush hour.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, he was weaving in and out of lanes.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate people that do
Then, then a Vicks Vapor Rub truck crashed. It blocked a bunch of lanes, but there wasn't any congestion.
Oh, look at that.
It's a twofer.
That's 2
That
for the
was 2
price of
separate
1.
jokes.
Yeah.
It's a steal.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare. Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana. I am your father.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Yeah.
Starting with those
Feats
two
of
things.
strength. It's a feat of strength.
I was just throwing the show to you. I wasn't throwing anything at you.
I thought you were casting a spell on me.
The evil eye.
It's not Leviosa. It's Levio. I don't know. Leviosa. Fucking Harry Potter. Hello and welcome to another thrilling episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show now brought to you by the new Chris Tucker hearing aid. Easy to install and always there for you when you need to understand the words coming out of someone's mouth. I am Mark, and with me as always are the Brian Singer and Kevin Spacey to my guys who make us feel guilty for liking The Usual Suspects.
Derek. Brian.
And speaking
Singer.
of usual suspect, and joining us as always to say F you to math and the accuracy of our show title, the man voted most likely to spend his future regretting a decision to be friends with a guy named Mark in his high school yearbook, Tito.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the Benicio del Toro.
Oh,
I said I'll flip you. Flip you
totally.
for real.
Yeah. You heard
you hear
the
me
one
in the
about
back? Yeah.
about the dysentery?
Hello. I watched that the other night,
That's how I
hence
flip you.
this joke. And
Yeah.
the movie is so good.
Give me the keys, you cocksucker motherfucker. What the fuck?
How's
English,
everybody doing?
please.
Can you hand me the bag? It's very good. It's a very good movie.
So good. It's so good. And it's
I like Giancarlo in that movie too.
oh dude,
Yeah.
young
He's like
Giancarlo.
really going. He's really going for it.
He's telling the patient to shut the hell up while he's on the phone. He's smoking. Hey, shut up, man! I'm on the phone. Kaiser Soze. No shit. He gets my MVP. Him and Chaz Palminteri. So how's everybody doing?
Oh, just ducky.
Surviving.
We're getting over colds.
Yeah.
Some sicknesses
We're all
happening.
recovering.
Yeah,
This has been
all better
a hell of a
now.
week.
We're all better now.
Come inside.
Yeah.
all better.
You
now.
all can come back inside. We're all Wilford Brimley and all right.
Yeah, for
it.
now.
All right.
Till the
Got the
Beatus
beaters.
comes.
Till
Till the
you start
Beatus shows up.
hitting your wife, and then you realize your wife's been dead for years. Who the hell did I hit? So Let's talk football here. Are we happy?
No.
I don't like either of these teams.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
What
for
are
a
we gonna do?
meteor strike.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Who are we rooting for?
Nobody.
The commercials?
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, there could be some good commercials.
I guess I'll root for Kansas City.
I mean, a
really don't
three-peat
like
is pretty impressive. It's really hard to
Philadelphia
fucking
at all.
do.
You know, there's
If they
that.
do it, that's really impressive. I like.
I'm just going to root for scores, depending on what squares I get.
Oh, if you get some squares.
there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
squares
there you
always
go.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna
Gambling
do.
always makes sports
Let's
fun.
gamble.
It does.
Let's make some bets.
Let's make some
All
bets.
right.
Do we have to throw, because we're talking about gambling, do we have to throw up one of those like gamble hotline
like
disclaimers?
a disclaimer.
Oh, if you
have a
are,
problem,
if you know
go to
somebody who,
1-800.
Well, you have a gambling problem.
The Three Geeky Dads do not encourage gambling
No.
amongst addicts.
I say let them crash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for
do it in the
All right.
basement.
They knew what they signed up for.
You knew what you were doing. All right, that concludes the sports talk of our show. So here's to the Super Bowl and the road ahead, and may the halftime show suck, and I'm sure it will.
But the road to
the halftime show
WrestleMania
this
starts
year?
this Saturday as well.
Royal Rumble's happening this weekend,
Royal
right?
Rumble.
Oh, the
this
Royal
weekend.
Rumble.
Yep.
That I did not
The
know.
road to WrestleMania.
That'll be
All right,
fun.
so that's good.
Yep, that'll be fun.
A lot of men hitting and beating each
Some
other.
ladies,
And ladies,
too. They
too.
do the ladies Royal Rumble
The
now.
ladies are rumbling?
Listen,
Throwing
the
people over the
ladies-
ropes.
Good.
The ladies can wrestle now.
Yeah,
man.
they're really good.
They're good.
Oh, I'm sure
There's
they
some
can.
talent. There's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They invested some infrastructure or whatever. into female wrestling. They're fucking good, man.
All right.
I don't know why it takes so long for like people to figure out. It's like, why wouldn't I want to watch a bunch of fucking hot women throwing each other around in no clothes?
Well, who has a problem with it?
I feel like America. I guess it took
America.
so long
Yeah.
for like
It took a while.
that transition to
I
happen.
always
There was
thought it
only
was
like
a
a
thing.
sprinkle of like women. There were like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Right, and they were all more like
Many.
divas. They were
Yeah,
like
yeah,
swimsuit.
right.
They'd
You
have
had your
bikini
Chynas,
matches.
You had your
Yeah.
Sables.
Right.
Well, yeah, you'd get like the one strong girl who, I don't know, did Sable and China even ever have a match together?
I have no idea.
I
Because they're the only ones that
China
could've.
only wrestled dudes.
Yeah, China had the Intercontinental
Oh,
Championship.
China.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
And there wasn't like Lita and fucking Trish Stratus. Oh my God. So hot.
Yes.
I only know that at one point women wrestled in Jello and mud.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
right.
They
wasn't
still
for
can
that.
and they
Yeah.
still should. But
Bean dip.
now they wrestle in rings
Wrestling
too.
bean
There's
dip.
more
Throw
of them. It's
some
good.
noodles in there. Get
There's
a
some
whole
hotties out
cuisine.
there.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
You know what? I bet you'd like Rhea Ripley if you saw her. Or
right.
like Liv
I love
Morgan is
Rhea.
pretty
You
hot.
show me
Liv's
some
hot.
pictures let's gamble. Let's put some bets on if I'm going to like them or not. We'll do it during the Super Bowl. We'll make it interesting.
Perfect.
All right.
Nothing to do with the Super Bowl whatsoever.
Nothing whatsoever.
But during all the commercials,
It'll be like our own little puppy bowl.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call it Puppy's
Which
Bowl.
one's going to give Mark a chubby?
Yeah. I'm plenty chubby.
Half mast here.
Half
I'm
man.
half mast.
What gets his geek flag flying?
tuck
Just don't rate them as top of the cheese, because
Oh, yeah, yeah,
that takes on a new
cheese.
You're
meaning.
gonna
It does.
Tuck it
You're
up
right.
into your belly button. It's not to scare the children.
Oh, gross.
So rush hour, huh?
Nasty.
So speaking of hot women, this week wraps up our month of Tito and his month of buddy cop movies as we take a look at Rush Hour, the movie that teaches us that cops are rad and the British are bad, and always remember to never touch a black man's radio. But before we dive into a world of action comedy and where half of the supporting cast is no longer living, I just realized that after watching, our own action star of Swiss stir fry and sauteed, Brian, has prepared a yummy appetizer to start us off. Brian.
So, tonight, as Mark mentioned, we're going to be looking at Rush Hour. This 1998 buddy cop martial arts action movie stars Chris Tucker as a reckless and foul-mouthed LAPD detective who is forced to team up with a loyal and dedicated Hong Kong inspector, played by Jackie Chan, as they try to rescue the kidnapped daughter of a Chinese consul while also trying to stop a dangerous crime lord at the same time. Chris Tucker was riding high on the wave of fame, starring in a string of hit movies throughout the 90s like Friday, The Fifth Element, Dead Presidents, Jackie Brown, and of course tonight's featured film Rush Hour and its sequel, Rush Hour 2. Yes, the 90s were very good to Chris, but as the millennium drew closer, he pretty much fell off the grid completely, only showing up in a handful of music videos and 2007's Rush Hour 3 before disappearing again from the public eye for a full 10 years, only to pop up again in 2017's Silver Linings Playbook. Anyway,
about that.
that got us to wondering about other big-name stars, actors or actresses who were once hot but quickly cooled off, or who were once Hollywood's quote-unquote next big thing, only to be forgotten once the next quote-unquote next big thing came along. So for our appetizer tonight, we will be looking at those stars whose fame once burned very brightly, but who quickly fizzled out.
It's me this week. And I
Yes.
got one. I feel like I have to do it.
It's you, but you have not fizzled out.
No,
All right.
I got one that I really like, and then I was like, no, I have to do this one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it.
All right.
It's the Corys.
Oh,
fucking
good
Corys.
pick.
The Corys.
It's the Corys,
It's
right?
the Corys.
They were like top of the world.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
sure were.
Yeah.
They were making movies together. They were making movies separately. They were making money, and then fucking
They
Hollywood
had the
happened,
world in their
and
palms.
They fell to pieces. They kept doing shit. I saw a clip recently of Corey Feldman singing Blackbird.
Yeah.
Wow.
As a-
Not good.
Real bad. I was waiting for you to say he impressed you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
I
thought
didn't
we
think
were
you could make
going-
that song sound bad.
And Corey Feldman.
I feel like anyone could sing
found a
Blackbird
way.
and it would be fine because it's such a like Blackbird singing. It's like
Yeah.
it's easy.
How did-
I feel like it's easy
How
to
did
do.
he? How did he sound? Was it
Dude.
like Blackbird?
Yeah, awful.
Really?
Fucking awful.
Oh, I
Wolf.
gotta check that out.
Wolf. Buzz, your girlfriend. Wolf. But the Corys, I love the Corys still,
Yeah.
and they were huge.
Well, one of them's
And
completely fizzled out.
One of them,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
R.I.P.
can't come back.
Aim.
No. Well, yeah, I could bring him back.
Why they would, I don't know.
It's not a high demand for Corey.
Yeah, he's at the bottom.
Aim.
I think he's at the bottom of the list
Yeah.
when it comes to who we're bringing back.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love those guys. They were awesome, and they fucking I don't know, Hollywood.
Good call.
It's just
Ate them up. Spit
Yeah.
them out.
the business. It
The
chews
biz.
you up and spits you out. No one gives two fucks for Bela.
Is he your pick?
No.
No?
No, it should have been now that I think about it, but he's still in our hearts. He's never fizzled out. He's created an icon.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you who I picked, though. I couldn't decide between them, so I'm going to say the whole starring cast of As Good as It Gets, except for Jack Nicholson.
That's
wow.
good.
Greg
Kinnear,
Kinnear,
Helen Hunt.
Helen
Yeah.
Hunt,
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding
Jr. is in
Jr.
that
Yeah,
movie,
Cuba
yeah.
Gooding was on my list.
Everybody won an Oscar for that freaking movie, and only Jack Nicholson remained relevant.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt did, her share of movies and then fell. Greg Kinnear, same thing.
Yeah.
Totally disappeared.
Cuba Gooding, I don't know what happened. I don't know
Yeah.
the story behind him. I just know that one day they were there and the next they weren't.
Was Jerry Maguire before this movie?
Yeah.
Right? Because he
Yeah,
won,
Jerry
Yeah.
he
Maguire
won for
came
Jerry
he won the Oscar
Maguire.
for Jerry Maguire.
He did that,
Right.
and then just
Then he
fucking-
did like Snow Dogs or something.
Yeah,
like
right.
Snow Dogs and Boat
And Daddy
Trip.
Daycare
Yeah, Boat
too.
Trip.
Daddy
Boat
Daycare.
Trip.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like something happened.
Yeah.
And Greg Kinnear had like a couple of like, I don't even know what the hell he had after. He had Mystery Men. I think
I
that
saw
was
that
one
recently.
thing.
Dear God.
Dear God. I thought
Was that
Dear
the one
God
about the
was-
post office?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't
think
that
I saw that.
before?
That actually, yeah, you're right.
I think that might have been before.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss
Is
Sunshine.
he in that?
Was autofocus?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Autofocus before or after? As good as
I
good.
don't
I've
know.
never
I've never
seen
seen it.
autofocus.
It's the one where
That's
he.
one Robin Williams, right?
No. No, that's 1 hour photo.
1 hour photo.
Yeah.
Autofocus was the one with Greg Kinnear where he plays. I forget who the guy was. He was someone in like television in like the 60s or 70s or whatever.
Oh, that's
Muhammad
the
Ali?
biopic about
his
the
name?
Hogan's Heroes guy.
Yes.
Oh, Bob Crane.
Yes.
Bob Crane.
Yeah, Bob Crane.
That might have been before. Or maybe that was after.
But yeah, good.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he
I
was always a
remember
good
that.
actor. I liked him.
Yeah,
I liked him
I
when he
didn't
was
have a
host of
problem
the
either.
of Talk Soup.
Yeah.
I remember way back.
Remember that?
the
Before,
way back when
before
machine.
Hollywood.
2002 it came out.
Oh,
which
okay.
was
The Hogan's Heroes one.
autofocus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And so there you
Well,
go.
yeah.
The fact that we have to like
I've never even heard of that movie.
strain to
Well,
look
autofocus?
at
Yeah,
these
I never
things.
heard of it.
I used to work at a video store, so
Yeah. I remember the
Okay,
I used to rent
Tarantino.
videos. What the fuck? I spent plenty of hours walking up and down aisles, reading the backs of boxes.
I remember the poster for Dear God
yeah,
working
him
at
standing,
Showplace.
It's
like,
me, Derek.
Yeah.
I think he had a denim jacket on,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the Canadian tuxedo.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gone. Nobody cares about him anymore. But other than Jack, that's it. I don't even think
Helen Hunt had some like kind of thriller a few years back.
she had. Was the Twister before or after?
Twister was.
She did the Twister.
Twister was probably.
Twister was before As Good as It Gets.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think
She had the Mad About You thing.
Yeah.
Mad About You.
and she was the mom in Pay It Forward, right?
She is.
Yes,
Was that before or after?
that was after.
I think that was after, but I
So
don't
I
think
think
that
that
movie
was
did
probably
very well.
right. And
I think
and
that
I
was
think that was her
originally
last
made-
like kind
wasn't
of
that
big
like a
film.
That's
made
got an
for
even
TV
better
movie?
fizzled out person in it than
Oh yeah.
Haley Joel Osment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's still in shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, he does
Like, what kind of
doing
shit?
TV now.
He's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he pops up in like weird, like Family. He does voices for Family Guys on What We Do in the Shadows. I'm sure he does other things
Yeah.
too, but
Well, those are two pretty big things. I mean, we talk
that's
about them
true.
all the time.
Yeah, that's true. All right,
And
I'll
we're a
give you
famous
that one.
podcast, so
Oh yeah.
There's that.
we've
There
got
is
our
that.
thumbs on the pulse
There
of
is that.
society.
Yeah, call us, Haley.
Call us.
Friend of the show.
Haley, we'll have you
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Love
for
you.
sure.
Yeah,
He's
come
got to
on.
pay his own way, but yeah, absolutely.
Jake Lloyd, forget it. We don't want you. Haley, you're all right.
What's wrong with Jake Lloyd?
We'll take
Poor
Jake,
Jake
too.
Lloyd. It
Yeah.
wasn't his fault.
Yeah, it was his fault. Do I have to show you the Phantom Menace again? It was his fault.
Oh, that kid.
What about Jingle All the Way? He
Wasn't
was
it
in
Jake
Jingle
Lloyd?
All the
Isn't
Way.
that his
Was he
name?
in that? I don't know.
He was
Jake
Arnold's
Lloyd.
kid in
No.
Jingle All the Way.
Oh, Jake
Lloyd.
Lloyd was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
Jingle
right.
All the Way sucks. I hate that movie.
All right,
Excuse
then.
me.
You
I
can
hate
have your
that
Jake
movie.
Lloyd then.
Yeah.
And Jake Lloyd kind of looks like the kid that was in Blank Check.
Oh, Brian
Brian
Bonsall.
Bonsall.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Brian
Worf's
Bonsall.
That
son.
one.
Yep.
Hey,
Second. Worf's
And from
second.
Yeah.
and,
son.
and
Second.
the kid on
He was
Growing
on Family
Pains, right?
Ties,
No,
right?
Family,
Family
Ties.
Ties.
It was Andy in Family Ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
What
yes,
do we
when they had
do,
another kid.
baby?
Yeah.
We've got Andy.
Oh, that's right.
People love making kids.
Because Growing Pains ended up having Ashley Johnson.
Yes.
And Leonardo
Yep.
DiCaprio.
And then they picked up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. And Leo was on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troubled youth.
Where's
Mrs.
Leonardo
Sievert and Birth
DiCaprio?
Him now.
We haven't seen much of him
no,
lately.
no.
No, that doesn't.
No, he's up.
I don't know. Check the
He's
preschools.
fantastic. Whoa.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Shit.
He likes 20-year-olds.
Man, I
That's
didn't
true.
know that, really. I
Yeah.
don't have my
Yeah, like
finger
23
on
years
any
old.
pulse.
Once they get to
Fucking rich.
25, they're
I knew,
gone.
he was I knew he was rich.
He's
I
rich
didn't know
and he
he
never
liked
wants
20.
to be married, so he just goes
18
around looking for
allegedly
young.
up to like 23.
Okay.
That's his range.
Well,
He's like our age, right?
Yeah.
Leo, you can't come over because we just can't have it.
He's a playboy.
Derek?
So I stayed away from people like Rick Moranis or Phoebe Cates because they were the first ones that popped in my mind. But
Yeah, but Rick Moranis left because of his family.
right, and they also had like kind of more robust careers. But
I like that.
my number one is Amanda Bynes. I used to love her, and not just because she was a little cutie, and she's a few years younger than me, so that's okay to say.
It's okay to say because you loved her
But
then.
I fucking loved her comedic timing.
No, she was younger.
She used to remind me so much of Madeline Kahn, and I've said that forever.
Oh, I love that.
Like, yeah, like
Amanda
just her
Bynes?
style, her kind of like her comic timing. Like
Yeah.
she could have been such a huge star,
Yeah.
and it's really really sad.
I mean, she was on the verge. She had her own TV show.
Right, she had the sitcom with Jenny Garth. She had a few movies.
Is it that What a Girl Wants?
What a Girl
movie? Was
Wants,
that
Big
her?
Fat Liar.
Yeah.
Though I fucking loved She's the Man.
She's the man.
She's hilarious.
They
in
don't
that
make
movie.
movies like that.
They
anymore.
can't. They
No,
can't
they
now.
can't.
They
Can't
can.
anymore.
They should.
No, they
They're
can't.
fun.
They can't. We don't have a sense of humor.
She did the Sydney White. Sydney White was a fun one. I
Oh,
like
that's
that
right.
movie.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason why she got a spinoff off of all that, like because she was hilarious on all that,
Yeah.
and then her own show was great. Like she was really really funny, and
Yeah.
I wish to God that there's probably another multiverse out there somewhere where she stayed clean and kept making things, and she probably would have ended up on SNL like Keenan because
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
at least for
yeah.
a little while.
Do we
'cause
know what happened? Was there drug use?
I
Was there-
mean, it's
Kind of a mess.
I don't want to speak
She
out of
looks
turn.
kinda like a
'cause,
mess.
Yeah, she's
She's still
gone-
young though.
She's
I
gone
mean,
through the
there's
ringer.
a
She's
chance. What's her face?
she's like
making
Britney
a lot
crazy
of
though.
movies now. What's the redhead from
Oh, Lindsay
Mean
Lohan.
Girls? Lindsay Lohan's
Yeah.
been making movies again.
Is
she
she
back?
looks great now.
Yeah, she's
Is
doing
she
Hallmark
back?
stuff.
I think she
Oh,
looks
good for
great.
her.
Did you
She
see
made
that-
a couple of
that-
Netflix
the Irish one?
films.
No,
Oh, all right.
no. Did you see that documentary that they did with that Dan guy that produced all those Nickelodeon
I
shows
did.
we
from last year?
I
talked
watched the
about
one
it.
that Punky Brewster made.
Oh no.
But I didn't
This
watch
was-
that one.
Quiet on the set.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Oh, that
I don't know if I
thing,
want to.
You watch that, and they go out. They do a lot on
Yeah.
Amanda Bynes and how he fucked
Yeah.
her up,
He-
and that's why you don't see her
Right.
anymore.
Yeah, I mean, she has.
She's out there. She's not working.
She's
but
like
out
Britney
there.
crazy now. She
All right,
went
but
to like.
I can see.
Oh, she's like Margot Kidder crazy.
She went and got
I
like.
hiding in
thought
the
she was
bushes
a
crazy.
part of that whole.
Yeah, just missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm really sad because I think she would have gone on to be really successful comedic actress.
So if Amanda, if you're
Brian.
out there,
Come on the show.
Yeah, call us.
call us. Come on. We'll
You gotta
talk.
pay your
Come
own
back
way,
to us.
but
Come
yeah,
back
you
to
can
us,
talk.
yeah.
You can be on the show.
You got to buy your own mozzarella sticks.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you a good price.
Do you know how many eggs it took for that breading?
What's your name, Brian?
I'm going with the first one that I ever noticed fell off the grid, and that is my man Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, I thought you were going to go
Ooh.
Sam Worthington.
No, I'm going with
Good.
Steve Guttenberg.
That's a good
He was everywhere in the 80s. He
Top of
was
it.
in Three Men and a Baby, Three
Yep.
Men and a Little Lady,
Good
the
flick.
Police Academy movies,
Great flick.
Short Circuit.
Short
He was
Circuit.
in
Love it.
Cocoon and
Cocoon.
every other thing you could
Cunt.
think of. Cunt?
Yeah. Zach and Mary make the thing. When they're trying to come up with names for the movie. Call it Cunt.
Sorry.
Cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
But it seemed like once the 90s rolled around, he was like
Yeah.
nowhere to be seen.
That's
nowhere
true
to
for
be
many
seen.
of them.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot
Gone.
of them.
He
went
played a
away.
character in like Veronica Mars, and I remember being blown away. He
I
plays,
remember
like,
that.
Kristen Ritter's dad. on
Yes.
it. I
No
was
shit.
like,
Yep.
what the fuck?
He was like a crooked politician or something,
Yeah.
right?
Kathy used to
Excuse
love
me,
that. She
wait a
watched the hell out of that
minute.
show when I
Whoa,
was
whoa.
dating Kathy.
You're forgetting about a little movie called Lavalantula.
I never saw it.
I didn't
Steve
forget that.
Gutenberg.
No.
Was that his comeback?
That was his comeback.
Don't call it a comeback,
Have you
Brian.
He never left.
He was
He's been
able.
making terrible movies ever since.
He was able to cross over with Ian Ziering in a Sharknado movie. They had a crossover moment
Wow.
where
They
they
meet each other?
meet, and he's
Oh.
like, "Where are you going? What's your problem? Spiders? Yours? Sharks?" And then they walk away. It was
Okay.
fantastic.
Oh, that's fun.
I thought you were
Worlds
going to say
collide.
they had a crossing over with John Edwards.
Did you
No.
see the video of
Again.
him during the
No, that guy
fires?
again.
Did you see the video with Steve Gutenberg during the fires?
No.
So he lived in Palisades.
It's like
Yeah.
helping
Right?
people out or something,
Dude,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
There, somebody's interviewing him, and he's just like, all he's saying is like, please leave your keys in the car. We need to move the cars. The fire trucks can't get through. And the guy's talking to him, and he's like, what's your name, sir? He's like, Steve Gutenberg. And the guy's like, oh, okay.
I'm fucking Mahoney!
He's like, just leave the keys in the car. He's not even concerned with any of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really just like, we need to get the
That's
fire
awesome.
trucks in here.
Good for him.
And then all of a sudden the guy's just like, wait a minute.
Steve
I'm hearing
Guttenberg.
you're an actor? And he's like, yes, I'm an actor. Leave your keys in the car so we can move
Yeah,
the car.
fucking
oh
newscasters.
my God, fucking people.
Where have you been, sir?
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Stupid.
I know.
Fucking
Yeah, I'm an actor. Yes, I have some
Asinine.
friends in there. People, leave your keys in the car. We
There's
gotta
a
move the fucking
fire
car.
right now. Yeah, great. Yeah, but did you ever get with Ali Sheedy?
Yeah,
Was Johnny Five really alive?
it's real. It's a really cool video. It's
People are
funny.
burning up behind you, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Is Tom Selleck nice in real life? I gotta know.
Was Ted Danson really an asshole on set?
Sucking my
Are there naked dicks in gay porn?
It's from Ted.
Yeah, it sure is. Ted Danson says it in Ted. Was there a lot of coke
Cocaine.
on the set?
Are there a lot of dicks in gay porn?
Woody Harrelson, smallest dick I've ever seen. God bless Ted Danson, man. Thank God Ted Danson
He's a trooper.
survived. He's the best. He's fucking Sam Malone.
Mayday.
Yeah.
Mayday,
Sam Mayday Malone. So yeah, that was mine.
Well,
Steve
that's
Gutenberg.
good.
Where are you?
Any runners up?
Where is my copy of the
Right.
Gutenberg Bible?
There is the one that they
Legend.
call Gutenberg.
He was in the fucking Stonecutters too.
That's right. Who made
Who
Steve
wins it for the
Gutenberg
Oscar?
a star?
That's
We
right.
do.
The Stonecutters
He
were
was a stonecutter.
responsible for his success. Yes.
My original before the Corys just fucking zapped right into my brain was Eliza Dushku.
Oh, I have her
Oh.
too.
Love her.
Yeah.
Where'd the hell did she go? Skeet Ulrich,
Yep.
Brandon Ralph.
Ralph, yeah.
Ralph
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
doing TV. He was on Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
He
Huge
did a-
star.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, huge star.
Hey, Zach
did
and
Zack and
Mary.
Mary.
Zach and Mary.
Yeah.
Huge star.
Okay. I'm gonna disagree
Huge
with
star. You know how much money Chris Tucker made on
Oh, I
Rush
know.
Hour 3?
Like
I
seriously.
don't
More
wanna
than
know
all
what
the
Chris
people we're
ridiculous.
talking about. These
more than the
guys
budget
fizzled
of the
out,
first
for
one.
sure.
Whatever he
These
was-
guys fizzled out.
Okay. All right.
Skeet Ulrich. You met him that time.
I did meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pumped your gas.
Did he look fizzled?
He had to pump your gas for you. Did you tip him?
He looked a little annoyed that I asked.
Supposed to tip those guys?
He looked a little
If they
miffed.
pump your gas for you.
He was very.
I thought it was built into the price.
He looked a little
Should be.
miffed when I met him because you were there, right? Were you there when this happened?
You were going to take
Who's
a
this?
picture for somebody,
I was
right?
taking a picture of him and a guy who forgot his phone in his car and just randomly came up to me.
Oh,
'cause-
Skeet. Yeah.
Well, he didn't come up. The guy was like, "Hey, you got a phone? Can you take this picture of me and Skeet or Ulrich?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
whatever." And I'm sitting there taking pictures of him, and I'm just like, as long as I'm doing this, can I have one with you? And Skeet Ulrich looks around. He looked a little miffed, and then was like, "Yeah, all right, come on."
It's your phone.
And I was like, I mean, if you're too busy, and then he just grabs me
sitting
like
waiting
this.
for this
It's
other
like, yeah.
schlub
I was like,
to-
are you kidding
to
me?
find
I'm
a phone.
Skeet Ulrich. Of course I'm not busy.
And he's saying all these people are going to swarm me. Meanwhile, it's just me and what's his name that you.
No, he said, I just don't want people thinking I'm open again. We're
Yeah.
looking around
Well,
and there's like
there's just
nobody
nobody.
there. I'm like,
We're
Skeet,
the
I
only
think you're
assholes
safe,
sitting
buddy.
here waiting for Ice 9 kills.
Yeah, Jared.
Oh,
Yeah,
'Cause I know
Jared.
you're gonna
It was
lose.
just me and Jared sitting by the
Jared,
wall waiting
yeah.
for Mark.
Ugh, Ice 9 kills.
Ice Nine
What was the
kills.
name of that?
Great
was
band.
it Horror Nights?
It was
House
a Silver Screen.
Silver
yeah.
Scream. Silver Scream.
Skeet Ulrich. Shout out Skeet
I went
Ulrich.
to see I went to see Tom Atkins and he stood me up.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
You better be in Chicago.
Speaking of fizzled out,
Chicago.
Oh, I will kill you.
he made like 2.5 movies.
I will kill you. I will kill you. We are gonna throw down, Tito. I don't care if I don't have a shot in hell. We're gonna throw down.
He made 2.5 movies.
2.5. You made more than 2.
You have
4.
Runners up, Mark.
4 great
I
movies.
count Lethal Weapon as the half.
That is the half a movie.
Yeah, he's
I always forget he's in
about
that.
7 minutes.
He got shot through eggnog. I can't drink
Through the
eggnog.
nog. Yeah, what a
Without
fucking
thinking
way
of
to
Tom
go.
Atkins.
What
Every
a
time
way
I
to
drink
go.
eggnog, I'm like, oh, Tom Atkins.
You know what I think
Pull
every
it
time
out.
I see that scene? Who's going to clean up the eggnog?
That's what you think?
Yeah, I swear to
would.
God. The
You
bullet
would
goes
think
through the
of it.
eggnog, and I'm just like, who's going to clean up that mess?
That's right. I don't like bad Tom Atkins. I like good Tom Atkins.
These action stars, they make such a mess.
They do.
Someone has to clean all this up
That's
after.
Gary Busey's fault. He should have. Hey,
true.
Mr. Joshua shot him. Wait, hold on 1 minute. I'm going to go clean that up there. It's not fair to the other guys. Give me 2.
Give me 2.
Piss on the Atkins. Piss on the.
Oh, he always.
He always calls me that. You don't stand a Chinaman's chance. What?
Do you got runners up?
Yeah. I'm just now.
Not Busey, I hope.
It's not Busey. Busey will
Busey.
never
Busey
die.
should be on a list.
No, he's not on our list.
Yeah, I'm
He's on
sure he's on
somebody's
somewhat.
list,
Some
Yeah,
list.
he's on something.
A watch list.
He's on something. Watch list?
A no-fly list.
Derek, I don't like 20 years old. I like them old like me. Old and just a little fucked up. My runners up are Andrew McCarthy. Anybody remember him?
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Good one.
Yeah.
I liked him. Frank Whaley.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
great.
another one from the
Frank
Love Frank
Whaley,
Whaley.
Swimming with Sharks, Career Opportunities.
Career Opportunities. The movie where he gets locked in the
yes.
mall with Jennifer
Yes.
Pulp
Connelly.
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
He's-
Fiction, yeah.
He's
Yes. The
Brett.
Big brains
Yeah.
on Brett.
Big brains on.
Is it Brad or Brett?
Brett.
It's Brett,
And he,
right?
there's an
is it
actor that
Brad?
looks like
See, I
him.
always thought it was Brad.
I
thought it
feel
was
like he
Brad
got
too.
replaced by a
brain
doppelganger.
on Brett.
You know what he was in? He was in not
Psych.
Daredevil, but he played Misty Knight's partner in one of those.
Oh, Luke Cage.
And Luke Cage.
Oh, he was in Broken Arrow too.
He was.
That's what it says.
Oh. You know what he was in? He was in Hoffa.
He was
He's
also in The
guy
Doors.
Who plays the guy
Oh,
who
yes.
shoots
Yeah.
Hoffa.
Oh,
I've
it
never
is
seen The
Brett.
Doors. I have to watch The Doors.
Pulp Fiction. He was Brett. I always thought
Oh,
it
it
was
is
Brad.
Brett.
Yep.
Right.
It's
It is
Brett.
Brett.
Brett. B-R-E-T.
Looks like a Brett.
B-R-E-T-T.
T-T.
Double T's.
2 T's.
Can I have a sip of
Double
your
T.
beverage?
And if I have some of this.
That's the
Tasty
Hawaiian
beverage
joint?
to wash this burger down.
Big Kahuna Burger.
That's the Hawaiian joint?
My girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian too. But I love a good burger.
Especially the Hawaiian one.
Hawaiian.
That's the Hawaiian?
McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Big Kahuna.
I've never been to any of them.
Let's watch Pulp Fiction.
Oh, no, I've been
And you
to
know who else is in
In-N-Out
that
burger.
scene?
It holds
is Phil Lamar, who's
Phil
the
Lamar.
voice of a million things.
Yeah,
yeah.
Green Lantern and
Mad TV.
Mad TV's
Yeah.
Phil Lamar.
You gotta
he
have
got
an
his
opinion,
voice
Marvin.
like this. Beware my power.
Phil Lamar is
Phil Lamar.
to have an opinion, Marvin.
Marvin gets his head blown off.
Poor bastard.
And I also have Mario Van Peebles. What the hell happened to
Oh,
Mario
wow,
Van
yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's
That's
true.
very
he
good.
made Highlander 3, and that's what happened.
Well, he made
Yeah.
Solo. He made these movies that were like just
Solo the one with
Solo. It
Kurt
was like,
Russell?
No, that
No,
was Universe.
that's
No,
uni-
that's no.
Soldier.
Soldier.
I think it was just called Soldier.
Right,
Okay.
not Universal. You're right,
Right?
Derek. It's Soldier.
Universal Soldier was Van Damme.
Van Damme,
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Soldier was
Lundgren.
Kurt Russell.
And Mario Van Peebles did a soldier-esque movie
Yeah.
called Solo.
Oh, I think I remember
which I
that
think
movie.
wasn't. I feel like I read that movie was supposed to be a sequel to one of the other ones or one of the other ones, and it
I
just
don't
kind
know.
of got
All
changed.
I know was like Cyborg 2 was Masters of the Universe 2, or there was that
Yeah.
connection with that. I don't know.
maybe
about
that's
though.
what
Yeah,
that's what I must be
Cyborg
thinking
was
of.
gonna be
But I
nice,
do
yeah.
know. I do
Cyborg
know
2
the man's a
Electric
great.
Boogaloo?
Was a good director. He had New Jack City under his belt. He did Jaws 4, but we'll forgive him. And you know,
He directed Jaws 4?
No, he was in Jaws
he's
4.
just
He
in it.
directed
Okay.
and was in New Jack City.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great movie.
He did Posse too.
Oh yeah, I remember that
Was
one.
he
The
Posse?
cowboy
Yeah.
movie.
It's like
seen that
Kadeem
one yet.
Hardison, Tiny Lister's
Yeah.
in it. It's
Oh,
about
no, I haven't.
Cowboys, he's in it.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I remember that one.
But I think he needs. Yeah, what happened to him? Where'd he go?
That's a good one.
Come back.
Because I wasn't thinking directors. 'Cause there's
Mario
definitely
Van,
some
director and actor.
directors out there who
We do.
had some like a
do.
big hit film and then just fucking
Like the
Disappeared.
Juno chick.
what's her name?
Dakota. No.
Oh, Diablo Cody.
Diablo Cody.
Oh, she's still
Still
writing.
writing.
Is
yeah,
she?
she's still writing.
What, yeah,
Yeah,
what's she
writer.
done
She
recently?
just
though?
did
She did
Lisa
Jennifer's-
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Oh, she did
That's
that.
Diablo
Oh,
Cody.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
all the dialogue is like that.
She wrote it, right? Didn't Zelda, Robin Williams' daughter,
Directed it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Diablo
So-
Cody wrote
I
it.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Diablo Cody wrote Juno, but Jason
And she wrote
Reitman,
Jennifer's
Body.
Yeah, Jason Reitman directed Juno.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think she
Oh, okay.
directed Jennifer's Body though.
Yeah.
Diablo.
Diablo
Cody.
Cody.
I don't think she's a director.
I think she
she's
wrote
just
and
a writer.
directed it.
She just writes it.
Yeah, check it out. This is the most anybody has talked about
about her.
Diablo Cody in a while.
Yeah.
She's she should have been the top of
We're
everyone's
topic.
list.
Hot topic. Literally.
I like her
shops there.
stuff. A lot of people give Diablo Cody shit. I think she's fine. Let her write. Her stuff's awesome. Yeah, it was silence.
Oh, young adult. I saw that was okay.
Oh, that's the one with Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
Which movie?
Young
young
adult.
adult.
I never saw
She has to like go back home to live with her parents. It's funny-ish. It has like
But it's kind of a serious
it's
movie,
a
right?
Diablo Cody movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That all
Did you have?
That's all mine. Derek?
I got George Lazenby. One
Okay,
Bond
one
movie.
Bond
Never
movie.
made anything after that of note. Cameron Beekendova, who played Selena Kyle on Gotham. It's the only thing I've ever seen her in.
Oh, the
Oh,
cheeks.
she was great.
She, the one that
cheekbones.
she looks like
Michelle
fucking Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer. So
Stunning.
like,
Cat.
Stunning. I
and-
liked her.
yeah.
Yes.
And then in the
Didn't do
final
anything.
scene when she was older, they cast somebody else.
right, stupid,
Oh,
stupid
really?
Although
fucking
that,
show.
that actress is awesome. She's
Yeah, but
she's in that show Banshee, which I love.
yeah. Mia Kirshner, who made a kind of string of like sexy '90s or
She
early,
did.
early 2000 movies, and Lily Sobieski,
Yes.
who was like
She's
an
on my
indie
list,
darling. She was in a ton of movies. And
Wrong
then just,
Turn.
She
like-
quit to go back to school.
Oh, did she?
Did
she
she?
like quit acting? I think.
Yeah.
So she got a real job then.
Man, I think she went to Brown.
Did she?
Did
Yeah, she quit acting and went to Brown for a little while. I
Good
don't
for
know.
her.
Oh, no kidding. Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
I
She
always
didn't-
liked her though.
She
Yeah.
didn't fizzle. Well,
I mean, she
Well, she's
Didn't
not making
wanna do
movies
it.
anymore.
didn't get any work afterwards.
Yeah.
that's too bad. Yeah, Glass
far as I
House.
know.
Was it Wrong Turn?
Yep. Eyes
No,
Wide
not
Shut.
Wrong
No,
Turn.
that's
No, that's the
Joyride.
Let's Do.
Joyride.
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 Is that
right.
the Paul Walker and Steve
Yes.
Zahn?
Steve Zahn.
Yeah,
Paul
right.
Walker. It's a
Paul Walker,
basically
rest in
duel.
peace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
R.I.P. man.
Yep.
Pulling out.
Lily Sobieski. Good pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good call.
Oh, she
All
was
right,
in Black.
so I got quite a list. I got
Well,
quite a
hello.
list of
Bring it
runners up. And I broke them up into the boys and the girls. So
The
I'll do
original
boys.
drummer from the Beatles?
Oh, it's, Pete Best.
That guy?
Yeah.
He fizzled out.
Like
And
literally.
he was never seen again.
Yoko did it. I blame everything that bad on that
Yoko
happened to the
did it.
Beatles on Yoko.
Doug White did it.
Yoko did it.
Yoko did it.
Yoko go. Yoko go. Yoko help.
Yoko did it.
Boys and
Boy-
girls.
let's start
All
with
right.
boys.
That
with
list
the
is that
boys.
long?
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh well.
Oh, that's a good one.
Shia LaBeouf definitely fizzled
Yeah.
out. Yeah, he was a big. You
Yeah.
got all the Transformers movies at the beginning.
He was more than meets
Holes.
the
What
eye.
was that?
Holes. Love holes.
Phrasing.
Indiana Jones.
Even
Holes.
Steven.
Even yeah. Indiana
that's right,
Jones
he's
and
selling
the Rear Window remake that he did, Suburbia.
Oh, Disturbia.
Disturbia.
Yeah,
Disturbia.
Yeah.
Suburbia.
Good movie. David Morse.
Yeah,
Yep.
Great
That-
movie.
I like that movie.
Ah, he was good in that.
He did Fury with Brad Pitt.
Yep.
And then
Then
Pulled his
gone.
teeth
that was
out
the
of
movie
his
about the
head.
tank, the World War II movie.
He went a little crazy.
Yeah.
What's that movie? I've never seen it, but I always hear it's so good. Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, I heard about that
never
one.
saw
Yeah, I
that
heard
It's
it's
him
good too.
and a kid with Down syndrome, and they're
Yeah,
trying to
and Shia
go
LaBeouf.
meet a wrestler.
Oh.
I think he wrote and directed it. but,
Yeah. Came out about
I've
5
heard
years
it's
ago or so.
I've always heard it's really, really.
Yeah, I heard good things about it too. But
He got a lot of shit because people saying he plagiarized a bunch of. He like wrote a script, and somebody who had actually written a graphic novel was like, "Oh, you took all those words and turned them into a script.
It's not
That's
the
my
first
graphic
one.
novel.
Everybody does that.
really,
You stole my graphic novel and turned it into a script."
No
And
shit.
he was like, "Oh, I did. Sorry."
I had no idea.
I was high at the time.
Yeah, no shit.
Who else?
Adrian Brody.
Oh,
Adrian Brody was
Brody.
another one that started big. I think he won an Oscar for his first movie, and then kind
Yeah.
of went
Pianist?
downhill from there.
Yeah.
guess you don't want
He was
anyone.
No,
in the,
that's
the
not the-
pianist.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Is it the pianist?
The pianist.
I'm
The
thinking-
pianist.
The
yeah.
pianist.
The pianist.
He's in a.
He became a pianist.
I think he got nominated again this year for another. I can't remember what it's called. It's another film about the Holocaust. He just got nominated.
I do remember
I
seeing
like that
in
movie, The
highlights.
Jacket, with him.
Oh, I didn't like that movie.
Him
Oh, that
Keira
was a
Knightley?
weird one. Yeah,
That bored the
yeah.
hell out of me. Sorry, Dark. We're
Everything
never
bores
on the
you.
same page. It
It's
was
all
boring. It was boring.
Was that the time travel one?
Yeah. Goes into a
Yeah.
jacket.
Yeah.
and Then some weird music plays.
Oh, The Brutalist.
Nothing
Excuse me.
happens.
It's called The Brutalist.
Okay.
And he was in a Wes Anderson movie. He was
3.5 hours long.
Oh yeah, he was in
Darjeeling?
Darjeeling Limited.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
all right,
Hollywoodland. Remember? He was
Who?
awesome in Hollywoodland.
Oh,
Yes,
with Ben
everybody
Affleck.
was awesome in that
and
movie.
Diane
The George
Ladd.
Reeves story.
Not Diane Ladd. Diane Lane.
Okay.
Oh,
Ben Affleck
Where he
is
plays
Superman. It's
Superman.
the George
Yeah,
Reeves
yeah.
murder, and Adrian Brody
Oh, I remember
is
that one.
the investigator.
what do you got?
All right.
All right. So moving on, I've got Orlando Bloom. He was
Good.
in
Charges too much
Pirates
for
of
an
the
autograph.
Caribbean. He was in The Lord of the Rings, and he was in a ton of other epic movies back in the early 2000s, late 90s,
Yeah.
and then pretty much disappeared.
Yeah.
He was in Gran Turismo recently, but that's
Yes, he
that's
was.
The
but
most
that's,
recent
that's
thing
the
I've
most
seen.
recent
Oh,
thing
I
I've seen
didn't
of
see
him
that.
too, which was better than I thought.
And I liked him in
show on
Elizabeth.
It's a car
Prime that I
racing
wanted
one.
to watch, and I tried watching, and that's a show I could not.
What?
I kept watching over Carnival Row.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
yes.
would watch like the first
Yeah.
3 episodes over and
Yes.
fucking. I'm like, I
I
wanna like
loved
this
the first
show.
season. I
that
never
really
watched
wanna
the
like
second.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could not fucking
Yeah.
get into it.
Edward Furlong.
Oh, what a good one that.
Edward
fucking-
Furlong.
Yeah.
T2.
The Crows.
Crow. What was
The Crow
The Crow
Salvation?
7 or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's not a good one.
I don't even remember the
Yeah.
name of that one. What was the sub name of
He
that?
did the movie
Salvation, I think.
Brain
No,
Scan. He
Salvation
did
was
Brain
3 with
Scan,
Chris.
which was around the same time as he was still young and super handsome. You ever seen
I
Brain
don't know.
Scan?
I don't know if he
What?
was
You
ever.
seen- I think
Yeah,
Brain
we
Scan.
saw. We
Brain
did that. We
Scan.
did
Yeah.
Brain
You
Scan.
never saw Brain Scan?
Brain Scan
No.
is excellent. Pet Cemetery 2.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he was.
All right.
That's right.
John Cusack. John Cusack is still working, but it's mostly direct-to-video stuff. He's definitely not
Yeah.
the
He
big
doesn't
player
have the
that
star
he used
power.
to be.
Yeah.
It seems
He's
like
older now.
Hot Tub Time Machine in 2010 was the last. I looked it up. It was like the last big thing that I've seen him
But he
in.
didn't do the sequel.
And he didn't do
I
the
didn't watch
sequel.
the
Yeah.
sequel because
Yeah.
he wasn't in it.
Was
Yeah.
was
so
1402
funny.
before that one?
I think it was before that one. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was 2010. 1402 was before that.
It's the one with the hotel room. The
Yeah.
hotel room.
Wasn't that a
Sam
Stephen King
Jackson.
story?
1408.
Yeah, Stephen- 1408. I'm sorry.
He's over, yeah, he's got this.
He did
almost
this
like-
movie called The Raven. He did Cell.
Oh, I liked The Raven.
The Raven was all right. Cell was
Cell
kind
was-
of awful.
Cell, not the.
Not
The zombie.
No,
one.
No, not the J-Lo movie.
It was also with
okay.
Sam Jackson, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did a lot of Stephen King movies with Sam Jackson. That was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But Sam Jackson shows up in everything.
Yep.
Sam Jackson, is he on your list? You
No,
should-
not
No.
Sam Jackson will never quit.
Craig Robinson.
John Heater.
oh yeah,
Napoleon Dynamite. Remember when they tried to make him
Yes.
into
Good one.
the Napoleon
And then he did
That
Dynamite?
Blades.
is a
Blades of
good
Glory.
one.
He was
That's-
funny in Blades of Glory.
That's
But
about
that was
it.
around that
Yeah.
time. He did that. He had
Yeah.
the Benchwarmers movie, and then
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Oh, Benchwarmer.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
This one's a hot take. Wesley Snipes.
I agree with
Wesley
that.
Snipes was
Yeah.
huge. And
Yeah,
now,
he did leave for a while.
well, he
Didn't
had
he go to jail for tax
problems,
evasion?
He
Yeah.
did. He did.
No, I
Yeah.
think he just had to pay. I don't know if he actually got.
All right.
I thought he did time.
I thought he
maybe
did
a
time,
year?
too.
Because
Maybe a year?
didn't they make a joke
Not like
about it
10
when
years.
in one of the Expendables movies that he was in?
Oh,
The third
maybe.
one.
I think they
I don't
did.
think for longer than like
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
It
for
was a
long,
short
but he's
stint.
Yeah, why
still.
not?
Well, he kind of disappeared a little bit, and then Blade
Short
brought him
stint.
back.
I know how the
They don't have debtors
Yeah.
prisons anymore.
You know?
And then
He was hot for a while. Then he did Blade, and Blade kind of brought him back, and
Yeah.
then he kind of disappeared again, and
Yeah.
was making a bunch of
Murder
straight to
at
DVD, straight to
1300.
stream.
that's
Yeah.
a good movie.
1600.
Art of War.
Murder at 1600.
Yeah, 1600. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
off. My numbers
Your
are all
numbers
fucked
are
up
off
tonight.
today.
Jesus Christ.
No, he has nothing to do with it. Don't blame him.
Drop Zone. You ever see Drop Zone?
Yes,
The fucking
with frickin' what's his name? Swoop.
with
It was
Swoop.
Kurt Russell in that
Swoop.
one?
No.
What's the plane
Busey's
one?
in that one,
What's
though.
the Kurt
Executive decision.
decision.
Oh, okay, with him and Steven Seagal.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like
Ish.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven Seagal dies in like the first. Yeah,
Which is why it's good.
exactly.
Lord. He doesn't have to run either.
Yeah.
It works.
He doesn't slap anybody with his limp wrist.
Is that all the boys? It's limp wrist.
Now he's got another. He's got.
I got more.
Okay.
I got Cuba Gooding Jr., who we just mentioned. Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell,
yeah.
good
Chris
one.
O'Donnell was huge,
That's
and then
a
he
good
did.
one.
The only other thing that I remember him doing is CSI
Yep.
Los Angeles.
Oh, that's right.
with,
Yeah, he's
LL,
been doing
right?
that for a
yeah,
while.
and now that's gone.
He had a movie. He had like a pretty decent career.
All right, so my last boy one is Martin Lawrence.
That's pretty good.
Martin Lawrence, and I've got a theory. All right, and don't take this the wrong way, but it only seems like Hollywood can have one funny black guy at a time.
Yes.
Martin Lawrence was it for a while, and then he fizzled out. Filled in by Chris Tucker,
Yep.
and then he fizzled out. And now we've got the Screamer that I can never remember his name.
Kevin
but I can't-
Hart.
Kevin Hart. And he's been the funny
Like
black
that
guy
style,
since-
that style of comedy.
Right.
Yeah, because like
Yes.
when you get your Eddie Murphys, Chris Rock.
Right, well, they're never going to go.
But yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
you've got this like
But I know what you
D-level.
mean, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, even Eddie Murphy, as
Right.
he was
He's-
never
he's
bigger
definitely
than he
not-
was.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Even
because
like
for the
some of the
longest
newer
time, I
stuff
could
he
never
did.
remember if it was Chris Tucker or Dave Chappelle that was in Con Air. It's Dave Chappelle.
It's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But could it
Right.
very easily have been
Yeah.
Sure.
Chris Tucker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's it for my boys. For the girls, I've got Thora Birch,
Oh, good one.
Gone.
good one.
Gone.
Lily Sobieski,
Yep.
Katherine Heigl, shot herself in the foot.
Yeah, well, Katherine Heigl deserves it.
Yeah, Julia Stiles,
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Eliza
one.
Dushku, who Tito mentioned,
My heart.
Cameron Diaz,
Yeah.
Alicia Silverstone,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I've
Halle
seen her.
Berry.
Yeah.
She's no, not
No,
anymore.
not since
All right.
Catwoman.
Okay, you're
Not
right.
since Catwoman.
Well deserved.
And that's pretty much all I got.
All right, I'll give you Catwoman.
Well,
Catwoman.
John Wick 3 was
Yeah, but that was it.
that's
She
true.
wasn't in it for
Is that
long.
3 or 2?
That's 3.
That's 3.
Oh, those dogs were awesome, man.
She made a movie with Mark Wahlberg, I think, recently. I didn't see it, though.
And she did
Yeah,
the
she-
one with
she
the,
definitely
she was
doesn't
the
have the star
911
power that she
operator.
used to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. She did a movie, I think, recently where she played an MMA fighter that looked pretty cool. I heard good things
Really?
about it, but I never saw it.
I'd get in the ring with Halle Berry.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sure you would.
I'd let her
Who
beat the
wouldn't?
shit out of
Julia Stiles, I watched Silver Linings Playbook recently.
Oh, did you?
She
I
plays
like
the
Julia
sister.
Stiles.
fucking
I
love
feel
that
like she's
movie.
not done yet. I think she's,
Yeah.
I love that
she'll
movie.
come back.
I watched 10 Things I Hate About You, too.
Quinn
which
just
is-
I was just gonna say Quinn
love
discovered
that
that movie
movie.
this past year in
I
2024.
love 10 Things I Hate About You.
Same.
I love it.
Same.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's fantastic.
Oh,
Yep.
Heath.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph
Who could probably also
Gordon-Levitt.
be on a list.
Yep. And
Because
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of.
Young Joseph, they're almost two different people. Young
Yeah.
Joseph
They are.
Gordon-Levitt and old
And old,
Joseph
yeah.
Gordon-Levitt. They're two different guys.
yeah, there really is.
and the little sister is Alex Mack.
Yes.
Oh, was
Yeah.
she really?
Olenek?
Yeah,
something?
Larissa Olenek.
Olenek?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
She's
another-
one that disappeared.
yeah, has she
another
done
one.
anything since?
A lot of the Disney Channel and Nickelodeon kids kind of fizzle out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like half the
yeah.
cast of Family Matters, something happened to them too. They're gone.
Well, she did 10 Things I Hate About You, but has she done anything since?
I don't think she's done. She didn't.
I
even
really
release
haven't
them.
seen
Or
her
if
pop
they
up in
have,
anything.
Yeah, they're like
Hallmark
directs.
movies, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, probably.
Lifetime, Hallmark. That's
Maybe.
usually where you
Yeah.
go.
That's like Melissa Joan Hart makes a lot of Lifetime.
Judd Nelson's
And
over there a lot.
what's her
Yeah.
name from Party of Five and
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Mean
Lacey
Girls?
Chabert?
Lacey
Yes,
Chabert.
Lacey
She
Chabert.
makes a bunch of them.
The original Meg.
Yeah, the original man.
That's right.
Lost in Space.
So cute.
Lacey
Yeah,
Chabert.
she was
Stop
Penny in
making
Lost in
fetch a
Space.
thing.
Yeah.
Dude, she's
She was cute. Yeah.
smoking hot in Mean
Funny.
Girls.
Funny.
All those girls are so attractive in Mean Girls.
Thank you.
They are. They're all great looking girls.
And they're mean.
They're all,
And they're all mean.
they're good looking though.
All right, well.
That's it.
all right.
Yeah, I had
Get out
to
on that
I had a good
creepy
time.
note right there.
I had a good time
Was it
putting this one
creepy?
together.
Yeah, this
Those
was
are
good.
full grown women.
It's true.
That's creep. Now that's creepy.
Didn't help. That didn't help it. That
I was
didn't-
like, if you want to see creepy,
Can somebody else come over and sit next to Tito? Can I switch seats with you, Derek?
Does anybody want to switch seats?
My leg is warm. I don't
Mean
know why.
Girls.
Tina Fey looks good in that too.
Everybody look good in Mean Girls.
It's the scar.
It's true. It does something for me. It's character.
I get that.
It's like Drew Barrymore talking out of the side of her face.
That's right.
or
Character.
frickin' Imogen Poots' teeth. I don't know what it is. But
Oh,
Imogen
she's
is
so cute.
British.
I like
She
her
can't help
bangs.
Poots.
I like her bangs.
Imogen.
Imogen Poots. Like,
Super cute.
No, don't do
Poots.
it.
Mole or something?
Hey, who wants to get to the main course?
she's got a
This has been
smile like a
two-
vandalized graveyard.
Yeah. I'll
can't help
vandalize
it,
her
she's British.
tombstones anytime. Let's do the main course. Ready?
The main.
The main course. I'm losing my voice, so I'm not going to
All right,
drag it out
yeah,
like I
let's-
usually do.
That's okay. Understood.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
The fastest hands in the East meet the fastest mouth in the West as legendary action star Jackie Chan teams up with smooth-talking Chris Tucker in a comedy that features all the tropes of a great action flick from kung fu to quip fu. The movie was so popular it spawned 2 more sequels, and with each one taught us the important lesson of loyalty, friendship, and that you can throw a belt of C4 around like a beach ball and everything will be fine. So hop on board the Geekmobile as we for once head toward the traffic jam during rush hour. Gentlemen, opening thoughts.
That's the beauty of C4. You need the thing to make it go off.
Yeah.
Right.
I still think
You could just turn it into shit. And then just be like,
so you can
I made
take
C4.
that-
I made
Yeah.
it into
I'm
this
watching
little
this
thing. It's like
belt
clay,
get
man.
thrown
Little known
around.
fact.
fucking amazing.
Little known fact.
But
The
wasn't it-
sculptures in Beetlejuice were actually made
They're
of C4.
Yeah.
But wasn't there pins in them already? Because she
Yeah,
had
but
to,
they
Yeah.
still
cut
need to like.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for that. Well,
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
they cut
That's
it,
like-
that's different. But there was a thing that he had.
Remember
thought
in
there was
Die
still
Hard?
things. I remember Die
Remember in
Hard.
Die Hard when
remember-
McClane had all the detonators? He's like, how many? He's like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck it. He starts
Yes.
putting them all
C4. I know C4.
and sends the C4 down the
I
elevator
know
shaft.
plastic explosives.
Shit's wild.
I thought it was more sensitive than it was. I didn't realize that C4 was a.
You can do all
pussy
kinds of
thing.
shit with it.
It's not
Yeah.
VX
2
gas.
movies in a row.
I really thought it
Yeah.
was the most
Yeah.
dangerous thing around. But after watching Rush Hour, I'm like, dude, I'm going to make all my art with it.
And he's a spark.
Tito inadvertently brought us C4 month.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
You
2
did.
out of 4 C4s.
Yeah. Plastic explosives, the kind that shred.
C out of 4 C4s.
C4 bingo.
I saw all of these movies in the theater. I love these movies. I haven't seen Rush Hour in at least 20 years. So it was fun to go back and watch. But yeah, I saw this first one in the movies. The second one came out. I had to see it. Third one came out. I had to see it. I love action films. Chris Tucker was really, really funny. He's in Money Talks before this, which is a hilarious film. And he did Friday, which I absolutely love. So the pairing is very fun. It's it's a fucking Eddie Murphy movie, man. They're letting him cook and do whatever he wants to do in a lot of scenes. Which some of it now, like some of it still works, some of it doesn't work. But at the time, it was like fucking gold. It really was. It was genius. And it's what's a little sucky to me about like Jackie Chan's American movie career is this what it became. Then it was like, well, we'll give him Owen Wilson next. We'll give him Steve Coogan.
Yeah. Right.
We'll give him what the other girl from Party of Five.
Jennifer Love
We'll
Hewitt.
give him a Jennifer Love Hewitt
Was it
movie.
like the tuxedo?
Oh, that's right, the
or
tuxedo.
Yeah, the tuxedo.
Oh, I forgot about
yeah.
that one.
Right.
He did the
Which is the one
medallion.
with Steve Coogan? Which one am I missing?
Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh, I forgot about that
Yeah.
one. You're right.
And I saw all of those movies, and they're fun. But when you see his Chinese films,
Sorry.
dude, they're so fucking badass.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
He's killing people in those movies. The action is insane. He's still doing all his own stunts, but they're just not. It's just American cinema is just let's mash some comedy in there. But it's still a fun movie, and I enjoyed rewatching it after not having seen it for so long.
I like this movie. I loved it when it first came out. I saw this in the theater. I saw the second one in the theater. I like it now, but I didn't like it as much. Same reasons. I've been, since then I've watched a lot of early Jackie Chan stuff, and you're right. This was the first of a series of Abbott and Costello type shit for him that it's fun to watch, but it's not as cool.
He can be funny.
He can be funny, but after a while, it just got a little too comical.
Yeah.
With the other movies, not this movie.
Yeah,
Rush
yeah.
Hour, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's still a great flick. It's still fun to watch. I liked Chris Tucker in other things before this movie. I like Jackie Brown, Dead Presidents, Friday. He's great. In this, he's too Eddie Murphy for me. It's so blatantly obvious you are trying to... It's not a subtle nod here and there. It's like every time he's allowed to bebop and scat, he is just blatantly being Eddie Murphy. And that kind of got under... I don't think I noticed it before. I don't know why. I was a lot younger. I didn't care. But now knowing it, I'm like, yeah, I liked it better when Eddie Murphy did it. I don't need to see. And there's a lot of that in this movie, and that kind of stops the movie for me now. I don't mind when they're together and when they're fighting and stuff. That's all right, but I've seen Chris Tucker be funny without trying to be like Eddie Murphy. I loved him in The Fifth Element. When he came on and did his stuff in The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
It wasn't Eddie Murphy. It was wild. It was loud. It was all over the place. But it was him. It was his kind of thing. But then once we got into the Rush Hour, and every gesture, every delivery was just like you're not Axel Foley. Stop.
Yeah.
So that part kind of did not hold up for me for whatever reason. I don't know. But overall, it was still. I still enjoyed revisiting it. It was fun to watch. I'll have to watch the other ones again. I really don't remember liking the third one all that much, but I like the second one.
It takes place in Paris.
Yeah. The second one I thought was a great follow-up to it.
The second one's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zhang Ziyi.
It's got what's her name?
Yep.
So
Rosalind Sanchez.
absolutely.
That's right.
Derek.
All around, definitely a fun movie. Always makes me laugh. It has some of the best lines, and I call back to a lot of these lines all the time, and sometimes people get the reference, sometimes they don't. But I do prefer the second one, mainly because of the bad guys are much better in the second one.
Yeah.
And I do find myself rolling my eyes a lot at Tucker's over the top shtick, but I still enjoy it, and it's got some great action and really really fun Jackie Chan stuff. I mean, it was kind of like early on with him, his like introduction to America, and it was a different type of we're used to the Jean-Claude Van Damme martial arts, and just these.
Well, even Bruce Lee was very straightforward. He was just kicking people in the head, and then the end.
Right. Yeah. And this is like he kind of mixes this whole parkour thing, and it just it was, as the kids say, fire back then.
It was
fire.
Yeah.
And it was a different kind of buddy cop movie too. There was an Asian guy and a black guy, whereas before it was a white guy.
Right, and it's not just like one's older, one's I guess they're old and young, but like. Yeah, Jackie Chan didn't really feel old in this. It was more just like a kind of fish out of water kind of situation. So
those always work.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah, it's weird. Like my introduction to Jackie Chan in American film are movies like this, or my introduction to Jackie Chan are these movies.
Rumble in the
Then
Bronx.
seeing older movies and then thinking,
Super Cop, right?
oh, he's a fucking, he's actually more badass in his Chinese films than he is.
Yeah.
Comical, even though he can be funny. I remember seeing Rumble in the Bronx, and I could not get into that movie because it was totally not New York.
No, that was my
that really. I was like, this is not the Bronx. I can't. All these guys are British.
I was too young to care. I was just so focused on the fighting. I was like, this is awesome.
And he's wearing the tightest fucking black tank top. I just can't. I could never get into it. Tucked into his fucking pants. That's a Jean-Claude Van Damme move, okay?
Okay.
You don't dress like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's true. Any chance to give love to Jean-Claude Van Damme?
We got to do
on
it.
board.
Brian, opening thoughts for you?
Yeah, this is a fun movie. I'm sorry, I'm coughing over here. I didn't mean to make it seem like that was all I had to say. I had never seen this movie before last night when I watched it. Never. I was never a huge Chris Tucker fan.
Yeah.
I wish I had seen it with you now.
Huh?
I wish I had seen it with you.
Yeah, I wish we had watched it together too. But I don't know if that's what was keeping me away from it, because I mean, I like Jackie Chan. I've seen other things that he's in, and I've liked him a lot. I think he's very personable.
That's a good way to explain it.
Yeah, he is. He's very likable. He's just got such a charm about him, and he's deadly too, which is cool. And it was just a fun movie. The only thing that I didn't like, and I'm looking at him here, I saw the credits coming up at the beginning of the movie, and I saw Tom Wilkinson's name come up, and I'm thinking, bad guy. I'm like, I hate when I see a guy's name
And
in
you
the
know
credits,
right away.
and I know right away that he's going to be the bad guy, and sure enough, he was.
You mean the leering British guy?
The
at
leering British
beginning?
guy, because that's the
Ooh.
thing. It's like, well, I know Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker are the good guys, and then you had all these other Chinese names come up, and I'm like, could be henchmen, could not be, and then I see
one guy
Tom
from Die
Wilkinson,
Hard.
and I'm like,
Dylan Baker Hall is not the bad guy.
yeah,
That's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, all right, Tom Wilkinson, I know who he is. I'm like, bad guy.
Yeah.
and I called it. But I still had a lot of fun with this movie. Jackie Chan's fight scenes were incredible. I wish there was more of it than Chris Tucker's, like Mark said, shtick, because I just think that he's very loud. And he is. And that's the reason I don't like the guy whose name I can't remember.
Kevin Hart.
I keep wanting to forget him, and I do, thankfully. He's just loud. He just screams. and that's what Chris Tucker was. That was his shtick before Kevin Hart took over. Yeah, I don't like it. He can tone it down a lot. Don't be at 11 all the time. Even Spinal Tap knew that you only needed it when you wanted to put that little push over the cliff.
Yep.
You put it up to 11.
These go to 11.
Chris can dial it back a bit.
Yep.
But other than that, it was fun. I'm actually looking forward now to seeing the other two in the series.
Oh, they're
I really
both on
wanna watch it.
Netflix too. So.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah, you have some.
I know I have 2. I don't think I bought 3.
Okay, but they're on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm definitely going to watch
all
one
3
way or
of them
the
are
other.
on Netflix.
Let me know if anybody's watching anything so I don't kick them off.
I'll watch them on
assume
Netflix.
that's
I got
what
my
it
own
was.
account.
I'm
then.
sorry.
I tried to
It was
just
something
download
else.
them and do it offline.
But you were watching a good show.
I just go back to it
You were
later.
watching a good episode of Twin Peaks
I
too,
was.
when he
It
explains the
happens.
whole Zen investigation thing, and I kicked you off to watch Trap, or as I call it, Crap.
Oh,
Ah.
like one of those old guys.
You like that?
Now I hate it.
I do too. I really don't like that
Or
at
as
all.
I call it, crap.
It's called crap.
I don't like you.
That's just awful. That's old humor.
I like
Do you-
that there's at least one movie that no one has seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, because
Usually
none of
it's
us,
always
other
a
than
movie.
you.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yes, madam. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, madam.
yeah.
You guys
I'd never
have-
seen
I keep
that.
calling it yes, ma'am.
I do
That's
too.
fine. I don't mind.
I think you do.
I never saw the Last Boy Scout
Yep.
before.
Yeah,
that's
you
true.
guys
Oh,
haven't seen the last
like,
Boy Scout?
except for my pick, I hadn't seen any of them.
I think
Oh
everybody.
no, we all saw Men in Black.
Yes, that was the
we
one.
all saw- That's okay though. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you're gonna have
He's
one.
wearing an
We're all
anchor
movie
suit.
buffs.
What are you gonna do?
Okay,
He's a fat-
get us hanging off your bones.
Get us hanging off your bones.
Derek, do you have a synopsis for us?
I do. All right. So
Tell us about the movie.
So
So what's this
directed
movie?
by that fantastic filmmaker Brett Ratner.
Yeah.
Starring Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan, Tom Falcone Wilkinson, Ken Lang, Chris Penn, and the late Elizabeth Pena.
And the late
And
Chris
the
Penn.
late Chris
And
Penn.
oh, that's right, and Chris Penn too.
So what I mean,
Yeah,
half
she died a
most
couple
of
years
them-
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, half of the supporting
Elizabeth Pena
cast in
passed
this
away.
movie's
You're
dead.
right.
It was
It is
depressing.
sad.
I'm listening to her voice, and I'm like, she doesn't look familiar, but she sounds familiar. And then I realized why, because she's in The Incredibles.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, who's she voicing The Incredibles?
Who?
The like his assistant, the villain's assistant.
Yeah, the one with the silver hair that,
yeah.
that meets him at the lair.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's her. Okay.
So did you know Rush Hour is the reason we have Rotten Tomatoes?
Yes, I did know that.
Founder Sen
Son of a
Duong.
bitch. Now I hate it.
He coded the site in 2 weeks and was originally focused on Jackie Chan's Hong Kong films. He wanted to have ratings of all of his movies. It was specifically just for Jackie Chan.
Oh, interesting.
I
And
know
it
that.
kind of evolved into what it is
Should
now.
have
which
called
is
it Rotten
crap.
Chopsticks.
Is he rich because of that?
I don't know if he
I'm
is.
sure he would
He
be.
probably
I hope
would be
so.
because I feel like it seems like it was one of those things that he probably sold
To somebody else,
That's why
exactly.
It became what it
That's what I
became.
was going to say.
Yeah, just like
Martin
the
Lawrence, who we were talking about earlier, was the
Mm-hmm.
original choice for Carter, and Eddie Murphy was offered it, but he turned it down to make Holy Man because
Yeah.
that was a great career choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call there.
Yeah,
Right?
Chris
Good
Tucker
call.
was like the fifth or sixth
Yeah.
choice.
And we got Eddie Murphy anyway,
Right.
kind of.
Kinda. So the movie opens with Jackie Chan, Chief Inspector Lee, infiltrating a crime being carried out by thugs on behalf of Jun Tao, a notorious and shadowy crime lord who has evaded identification and capture. The whole scene gives America a taste of Jackie Chan's style of stunts and parkour. Introduces the henchman Sang, played by Ken Leung, who was in X-Men 3.
He's the porcupine
The
guy.
porcupine guy,
Yes.
Yeah, that character sucked.
Yeah.
Well,
He's good
the
on
porcupine?
Lost, though.
Yes, he's really good on Lost.
He's very good on Lost.
Yeah.
And I liked him in this. He's like,
Yeah, so do I.
Pretty menacing, kind of evil henchman.
I can take
There's
him.
better powers out there in the fucking world. Brett
Sang
Ratner.
gets
Yeah.
so he's trying to locate Jun Tao. Sang gets away after a fight, much to the dismay of Lee, but Lee is able to reclaim a bunch of stolen, priceless pieces of Chinese culture, as he says. And then right after that, we're introduced to Wilkinson's commander Thomas Griffin saying goodbye to Consul Han, who is transferring to America. This all takes place on the last night of Britain's rule over Hong Kong. Lee informs them that they reclaimed a ton of the artifacts, that Jun Tao. He says that Jun Tao's reign of terror is over. Not sure, since he and his main henchmen were not captured. But this is followed by an introduction to Consul Han's young daughter, Su Yang.
This kid's great, by the way.
Kind of like
hilarious.
the MacGuffin of this movie.
Yes.
is shown to have a special bond with Lee, and she's upset that he's not coming to America with them. So he tries to assure her that
He
she'll
still
be
has
fine.
work to do in Hong Kong.
That's right. That's right.
Gardening and
She'll be fine in America. America's a friendly place.
Mostly.
Which after he says that, we cut to America where we're introduced to an over-the-top undercover LAPD detective James Carter, played by Chris Tucker. And he's on a job. He's meeting up with Chris Penn to buy some C4.
Oh,
Shades of the
As
Lost
you
Boys.
do.
Yeah, as you
That's
do.
right.
As
Yeah.
you-
So he's on his way. He's driving like an asshole. A little road rage. He's on his way to meet Chris Penn to buy some C4. Shades of Last Boy Scout. And unfortunately, two
Having
regular officers show up to the diner and they kind of they make a mess
Idiots.
of the situation.
Yeah.
The one of the guys is very familiar. Like one of the cop
Oh,
that
the dude on the left.
Oh,
is
the one that in
from
the
Boogie
blooper-
Nights. That's the Boogie Nights dude that Roller Girl kicks the shit out of him.
yes,
when he
that's
doesn't want to
right.
upset they're making out in the
Well, the
limousine.
two cops
Beats him with the roller
the-
skate.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one.
Yeah. He's the one that
He reminded me of Anthony Michael Hall.
a little bit.
I'm looking at
yeah.
him. I'm like, is that Anthony Michael Hall?
could have been.
He's the guy Roller Girl kicks in the face a bunch of times.
Nice. I got to rewatch that movie. I haven't
It's
seen that in a
fucking
long
good,
time. Oh, I
man.
love that
It's
movie.
long though.
Yeah, it is.
I watched it recently. It's very good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in years.
Long like a prosthetic dick.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Waka.
they have a really good he's pretending to know him and he's trying to like kind of tell the cops that he's an undercover guy without selling them. And obviously there's.
This is where it
hilarity
loses me a
ensues.
little bit when we talk about the Eddie Murphy thing because
Because it's the truck
they
scene.
would know that this is the dude.
Yes.
They would know. Fucking Axel again up to his old shit.
Uh-huh.
Like
It's-
Carter.
it's
if
exactly-
Carter is Carter, then every fucking cop in
Right.
LA knows who Carter
Right.
is.
Because
This doesn't
the
happen.
scene afterwards when he walks into the station, everybody knows.
Everybody's like, oh,
Right.
fucking Carter again.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to
You know who
mention
the fuck
he's like a
Carter is.
legacy cop because his father was
His
a
father
cop.
was a
Yeah.
cop, killed on the job. You
Right.
know who the fuck
So you
Carter
know who he is.
Yeah.
These guys were running.
Don't you talk
cars.
about my daddy?
Yeah.
It's the cigarette.
cigarette
truck
trucks,
scene
yeah.
in
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
But at least when the cops at the end, they're like,
They
oh,
realize-
Foley.
Yeah.
You know? Like in this, they're
Yeah.
like, who's this guy?
And even Eddie Murphy knew when to stop so the action could start, right? He was
Right.
like, the truck man, it just stopped. It just stopped. Chris Tucker's like, ah, man, it's like, okay, yep, we get it. Just shoot somebody. Let's go. Come
You know
on
who
now.
I blame Brett
Hopefully
Ratner.
yourself.
I do.
Yeah.
I blame Brett Ratner.
We can blame him for
I feel like a better director
There's a lot we can blame him
makes
for.
him a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, I don't care who
I
it
think
is.
the
but
same with like the action too. Like
A
there's
better
not enough
director would
fucking
know when to
action
rein
this
him in.
movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
And-
thing is they
yeah.
let him go off the rails a
Too much.
lot.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can't
Yeah.
do that
and,
every
and
time.
It's hard, and not only that, but it also screws up Jackie Chan because his English was not as strong
good.
as it is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
He
And
needs cues, man.
yeah, so it's like, how do you
I saw
react?
the outtakes during the credits.
Oh,
Right.
hilarious.
Hilarious
Tucker-
outtakes.
Tucker
That's
trying
one of
to
the
do,
best
like,
things
three
about
words
this
in
movie
Chinese
series.
and-
Actually, Jackie Chan movies in general, they always
They always
seem
have
to
the bloopers
like,
at the end.
bloopers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's actually a good one of the cops because he says something embarrassing. Like something about
Something
ass.
about your ass.
Yeah.
You shoot your
Oh
ass.
yes,
or-
I'm gonna shoot me in my ass.
Shoot your ass.
Yes.
I don't understand why Chris Tucker has a hard time saying Chelsea Clinton.
Neither do I.
It just
Oh, that's
goes
so
on
Like, how do you not
way
know who she
too
is?
He
long.
says Chelsea Grabber.
Yeah.
That's just fucking
Kelsey-
hysterical.
Calling her Kelsey, and then goes into Kelsey
Grabber. Did I say
Wait.
it right that time?
It's Chelsea Clinton. You know damn well it is. Stop
That's
creating
so funny.
outtakes and get on with
That's
it.
funny. That's a good one.
It's not. It's forced. It's
That's
forced
hilarious.
outtakes.
No,
It was
that feels good.
purpose.
What do you guys think of Chris
Purposing.
Penn in this movie?
Who?
Chris Penn.
He's
Because he has this scene. He has another scene
got
later
two
on in the
scenes.
movie, but
got two scenes. Chris Penn's Chris Penn. He's nice guy Eddie. It's the only
Yeah.
he's not his dad.
No.
I mean,
He's
not his brother.
Not his
he's
brother.
Not his brother.
No, I think Chris Penn is a really great. I thought he was a great actor. But yeah, he's kind of a
He's got
throwaway
nothing
in this
in
movie.
Yeah.
I wonder
totally
if there
a
are
throwaway.
more scenes of him that just aren't.
No, the
The-
drugs
yeah.
were
In the
kicking
movie.
in. He had nothing but
They had to cut those
throwaway
scenes, Tito, so that
scenes
Chris Tucker
in
could
this.
improvise
Yeah.
more.
Right.
Right.
He was doing this, and then he shows up for like two scenes in Starsky and Hutch. He was just
he is
doing
in
these
Star-
like
yeah.
bit parts, and then because he was good. He was good for a while. He had some
Yeah.
good
No, I
moments.
always
you know?
thought he was a pretty good actor.
Fucking True Romance.
He's
Great.
awesome in that
Him and
movie.
Tom Sizemore.
Scagnetti? Is he
Yeah.
Scagnetti?
No, he's nice guy
Was-
Eddie. Tom Sizemore was Scagnetti.
In True Romance.
And there's a Scagnetti in True Romance.
There's a connection to
That's right,
Scagnetti.
because Tom Sizemore
One of them
was
is a
Scagnetti
Scagnetti.
in Natural Born Killer.
Yes. Yes.
You guys getting this? No?
I'm just hungry for
I'm on top
spaghetti.
of it.
You want some Scagnetti sauce?
Hey, nice guy Eddie, pass the spaghetti.
All right, the next movie we have to watch is True Romance.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in about 30 years.
Oh, it's so good. All right. Anyway, it's better. Than
So a few months later, Consul Han he sends Soo Young off to school and receives a call, but no one is there when he picks up. Soo Young is in her car, rocking out to Mariah Carey in the back seat.
Yeah, great
Which
song.
every time I hear this song, I think of this
that
scene. So
yeah,
it's stuck.
I always think of Old Dirty Bastard because he does the intro to this song.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers. Anytime I hear this song, I think about that.
Every time I hear the song, I think she's singing C.C. Peniston, baby.
Oh,
And I'm like, remember her?
I do.
So she's rocking out to the Mariah Carey, suspicious to the audience, but apparently not the security detail. They are detoured by a traffic cop who sends them in the complete opposite direction as he's sending the rest of the traffic.
Right. Once again, this movie works because everybody's really stupid.
And then they're cut off by another cop who turns out to be Sang, obviously, who delivers the title of the movie. He says he
said Rush Hour.
Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the holdup? It's
no
Rush Hour.
problem.
And then before killing the two
Rush
guards,
Hour.
and he kidnaps Soo Young.
Yeah.
Getting cut by her necklace that was a gift from.
I like a
late-
bad guy with the scar.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do
It's
too.
always fun.
Yep.
Especially when they get it that way.
Yeah, you got a scar fetish, is what you got, sir.
No.
Well,
Yes.
if Tina Fey was a bad guy,
I'd
Tina
love her
Fey,
even more.
yeah,
I would love her even more.
Tina Fey with an eye
kidding
patch
me?
and a scar.
What?
Sploosh.
A peg leg. And
All that. It's character. I like character.
It is. So does very quickly? Sorry, does Daryl Hannah do it for you in Kill Bill with the eye patch?
No, I don't like her. I don't like her attitude in that movie.
she's too cold.
She's just like
she's jealous.
so bratty.
She's
Yeah,
so
I don't
petty
like
and
it.
jealous
She's
in that
just
movie.
Like, get over it.
Yeah.
See, the eye patch works for me. Like, let's forget it. I thought we were going to be
half her ugly face is
I thought
covered.
we were going to be on the
Here's the
same
thing:
page.
the nurse's uniform. I do like her in the nurse's
Yeah,
uniform. Or the jacket with like
and the
that looks
freaking
like
eye
it's
patch.
seamed, but it's painted on. I do like that jacket.
I like her in that. Sploosh.
I don't like her
Splash.
attitude.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What
Because
is
she was in Splash.
Remind us again how she talks in that movie.
Cool.
Daryl
Daryl Hannah in Splash. Do you remember?
Sounds like a
She
Yoko
tries
Ono.
to talk. She goes.
She screams. She makes all the screens explode.
Yeah, well, she's a mermaid.
A descendant of Yoko Ono.
I was going to say, that's her excuse. What's Yoko's excuse?
So Han brings
yeah.
Lee over by special request, much to the dismay of the FBI. And in order to keep Lee out of their way and let them do their job, the agents hatch a plan to assign a local NYPD detective to essentially babysit Lee and keep him busy and out of their way.
Can I tell you a little something about one of the agents is played by Mark Ralston?
That's right.
Drake.
Who was Drake from Aliens. He's been in a number of movies. When
Both
my
of them are really
sister-
good character actors.
Yes, the other one was more comedies and stuff.
That dude
but
is in
Mark
Drop
Ral-
Zone.
But Mark Ralston's in, or the guy with the mustache. No, Mark Ralston's in Drop Zone.
The guy with the mustache is in Drop Zone.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Lethal Weapon 2.
He's
Mark
in Lethal
Ralston.
He was in
Anyway.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
My
The
so
sisters.
when my sister was living out in L.A., she got a job being a nanny for one of Mark Ralston's kids for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Really?
She had no idea. I was like, oh yeah, I'm nannying for a guy who was in Rush Hour, one of the agents, Mark Ralston. I'm like, "Fucking Drake? You're Drake from Aliens? What? Mark Ralston. So that's the story.
Excellent.
That's true. It's got nothing to do with this, but
No.
I hear
It
Mark
does.
Ralston's a wonderful guy.
Is he?
He looks like he'd be an asshole, so he probably is a wonderful
Yeah.
guy.
I mean, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like Walter Peck is supposedly one of the nicest people on the face of the earth, and everybody calls him Pencil Dick still. All right.
Well, I mean, look at Mark.
Well, what do I do?
He's got a pencil dick.
I don't have a pencil
No, I
dick.
mean, he's the nicest guy in the world, but he looks like an asshole.
I look like an asshole, or I am an asshole. I mean,
I was afraid to talk to Mark the first time.
Well, I'm big.
That's right.
I'm big and imposing.
He's intimidating.
I am. Don't mess with me.
I want it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Hey, Kathy, check out that guy's Fright Night sweatshirt. Go up and say hi. You guys got a lot in common. Look at him. He doesn't want to talk to me.
He's gonna beat me up. And I
I
probably
think he's
would
got that tip that he's
Take my
holding in a
lunch money.
stranglehold.
Yeah. I had lived with me.
I know you did.
And I'm like, I probably would have too.
Yeah.
Because
Well, none of us wanted to be
I
at
didn't
that
want to
school
be
function.
there. Sorry, honey.
Good old Garvin Elementary.
Yeah. All right, let's. Sorry.
So the FBI finds the perfect candidate for this. Well, actually, they don't find him. His chief offers him up because he's a pain in his chief's Chief's side. So
Bookman.
Carter,
Bookman from Seinfeld. Yep.
so Carter shows up and in cringeworthy fashion starts acting like a big shot under the impression he's in charge. But he's hit with the really pretty quickly with the realization and his excitement and happy cockiness is replaced with annoyance and cynicism. He goes to pick up Lee at the airport and he brings him to the Man's Chinese Theater and finds out someone is buying up all kinds of guns and explosives. And in the meantime, Lee takes off, and Carter chases him down.
From the guy doing the maps home, the map for the
who was
Benny from Dusk Till Dawn. Benny is the
and he was
liquor store
also
guy.
the kid that was that was running the motel in Identity.
Oh,
that's
speaking of
him?
John Cusack.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
He's also in an episode of X-Files. Him and Scully kind of have a thing. He's a writer that can pull hearts out of people.
Nice.
You ever see Blue Streak?
I did.
No.
He's like
That's a Martin Lawrence
Martin
one.
Lawrence
Yeah.
is like
He's in that.
he's in his crew in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a thing. Well, not really. Character actor.
He's still around.
He's Benny.
He's like
Benny.
a kind of. Oh, he was in.
Benny's
The,
World
did
of
we just
Blood.
say the X Files episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, Milagro.
I wasn't paying attention.
I know, you never do.
I'm sorry.
It's paying attention, not playing attention.
He wasn't playing the
I'm sorry.
I
attention.
wasn't
No.
doing that either.
It's crap.
Listen, don't
More
talk
like
to me
crap. Did you know he was also in From Dusk Till Dawn? I'm going to say that.
I didn't know
Benny?
that.
He's
I couldn't
Benny.
remember that.
Benny's World of... Yeah, I'm going to change
I think
the
I've only
name
seen
of
that
this
movie
liquor
once.
John
store.
Hawkes.
Oh, we got to revisit that movie From
Yeah,
Dusk Till
I've,
Dawn.
it's
So
been a long,
good.
long time, and I don't think I think I only saw it once.
Anyway,
Yeah, there's a lot of cringeworthy things like from the start. As soon as he meets him at the airport, and then like when they get to Man's Chinese Theater, there's some stuff that would not fly today.
No.
But
maybe you see one of your relatives here, listen Panda Express. blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
exactly.
right,
Oh yeah. That shit's hilarious.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me, but I can now in this.
But you're not
climate,
Chinese.
I'm like, I am not Chinese.
It's true.
You're
I've
right,
never,
I'm not.
and I've
I'm
never
not.
been Chinese.
And you're not Chinese.
I've never been Chinese.
No.
Jackie Chan is.
No.
He seemed cool with it.
Yeah. Well, he's getting a lot of money.
Money
for a
fixes
couple million
everything.
bucks. Yeah, he's
getting a lot
okay
of
with
money.
I
it.
thought it was hilarious. He loved it. Look at him. He's having a ball.
Nobody back home is going to understand.
So when they rejoin up, Carter tells Lee the truth about the assignment, and the two realize that if they want to find Soo Young, they're going to have to do it on their own. And Carter makes another stop to get more information. This is when he goes to meet his cousin in the red suit.
Oh, that was funny.
Yep.
But
the
again, a
cigweed.
scene that would not fly today.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Clifton
right.
Powell.
Yes. Yep.
I think it still would. I think that's
I think the majority of that scene would.
there's repercussions for his actions.
Right.
This is not him just
Yeah,
spouting
yeah,
it
yeah.
out for the
There definitely
sake of
are.
spouting it out.
You
The
know,
whole
it's-
point of him saying it was to kick off the scene. There's a reason behind it.
Yeah, it's weird. That's like a whole weird thing. Like I feel like a fight could start no matter what. I just feel
Yeah.
like even back then, it's
Right.
like, yeah, dude, I know you're from China, but you gotta know. You gotta know what he said is not something you're supposed to
He's
say
fighting
to these fucking guys.
He's not paying attention to the world outside. He's very busy.
You don't think Jackie Chan's paying attention to the world outside?
Well, the actor or the character?
No, the character.
I don't think the character's paying a lot of attention
Too
to things
focused?
outside of China. He's too focused on his missions, his work.
It's true.
That's never an
They don't have a
excuse.
lot of African Americans over there.
I mean,
So-
Plus, he's working for what's his name, Han.
Han.
I don't know if you guys know this. That guy, that actor Han, knows martial art. In actuality, that guy could probably take Jackie Chan in a fight. He is the bad guy in Rapid Fire. That movie with Brandon Lee. Him and Brandon Lee exchange some kung fu, and it's fucking awesome. And that dude can fight.
Yeah.
In this, he's an old, just kind of, oh, my poor daughter. But in
That's a
actuality,
solid fight scene.
he could take on Sang and Sing and all of them.
Sing, song.
That's a little off the top.
Song,
That was
Song, Blue?
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Just a smidge.
That's a smidge off.
Just a smidge.
I apologize. I shouldn't have
The
done
funny thing is, like,
that. But it is Sang.
it's
It is
kind-
saying.
It is
Yeah.
Sang.
The,
It's not
the,
Sang.
the little like the breadcrumb trail that he's kind of following, like he goes to the map guy and then
Yeah.
gets one lead and then goes to checks out his cousin. It's kind of I feel like you wouldn't really need to make more than one stop in this situation.
No,
I think,
you wouldn't.
know,
But it's an excuse for Chris
Right.
Tucker. It's like the whole Ace Ventura movie could have been told in like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah,
But we
Finkel
have
as
to-
Einhorn.
Yeah, but we have to stretch it out so Jim Carrey can do a lot of material.
that's
Yeah.
true.
It's
Dude,
showcasing,
the
and that's
slow
what they were
motion
doing.
shit is still gets
And it's
me.
great.
When
No,
there's
no,
a
no.
slow
Ace
motion-
Ventura is an awesome movie. I'm not saying it's bad,
love that
but that's
shit.
exactly what they're doing in this movie.
That's right.
Oh yeah, like Chris
Yeah.
Tucker has to get
We
his
have
moment
to-
to
we
do
have to
Chris
meet
Tucker, and
all-
Jackie Chan's got to do a little fighting.
Right.
So we'll take him to the club, or
Exactly.
he'll chase him through a group of tourists onto a bus, and That's fucking
That was-
badass shit
yeah,
when
it
he
is.
sneaks
That
into the
was.
cab.
Yeah.
That's a fucking sick move.
Yeah.
You know who would have done this movie better? Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans.
Crickets.
Would have been better.
Can you play a cricket sound
Yeah.
when you edit
Yeah, I
this
can do
movie?
that.
Damon Wayans.
I gotta think about it, but I like Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans could have done it.
I like Damon Wayans in the Lethal Weapon TV show that they
Yeah,
made. I'll
Damon
say it.
Wayans could do this.
Marlon
I thought
Wayans.
it was his son.
Or Marlon Wayans.
No,
It was him?
Yeah,
it was the real one.
Yeah. The real Wayans. I think Damon Wayans could do this movie and do this movie pretty well.
When he was up on the... Go ahead, take your picture. I could see, Damon Wayans.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
could see him doing that. Yeah.
When he fell off the Tunnel and Lost Boys.
I like
There's
Chris
me and there's
Tucker.
Super Day.
Back then, I loved Chris Tucker.
Yeah. I did like him back then.
I thought
it was,
I did.
It was a little rough.
I
rewatching,
honestly thought I did.
Yeah.
It got old.
I
fast.
did before.
But I feel like that's.
But we'll get to
that's
that.
the
We'll
case.
get
I
to
think
that.
a lot of times when I go back and watch older movies with comedians,
Yeah.
like their shtick, I
Well, it's
used
a
to
little
love their
dated.
shtick.
Yeah, yeah.
But like now, it's like okay, this gets old really quick.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny with.
I mean, even people like
an
I love
accent.
Will Ferrell, and I used to love all of those movies. But like even him, like
Oh, dude, I don't like watching Will Ferrell.
after a while, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Or like Billy Madison.
Not a
Like
fan.
Billy Madison
Of
has
Will?
its
Will Ferrell.
funny
Wow.
movies, but after a while,
He called the poop shit.
yeah.
I love
Oh, shit.
I like Adam Sandler when he does serious stuff. To be honest,
No, yeah, he's good. He's a good actor. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
I think Happy
same
Gilmore
thing with
is
Robin
still,
Williams. I always loved his serious stuff too.
to a point.
I actually preferred Robin Williams' serious stuff
Yeah.
too. He didn't honestly. He didn't make me laugh.
No,
Robin Williams didn't make me laugh, but I thought he was always just like a super talented guy.
He's talented.
Richard
He made me
Pryor
laugh.
doesn't make me laugh, but I think he's one of the most talented people that ever lived.
Richard Pryor never made me
Yeah.
laugh either, but I like him.
I like listening
That's
to him
weird.
speak.
I
and
like-
I
I
like
like-
watching him in
Yeah.
movies.
he's got a very strong presence.
So Robin Williams
Lee
and
escapes
Richard
again.
Pryor.
Oh, what a movie!
I know, right?
Robin Williams and Jackie Chan's role.
Oh
That's
man,
fucking hysterical.
buddy cop movie.
I love it. And then Richard Pryor was the black guy. So
Sing.
that's how the movie's getting.
Sang.
You know, sang. He sang. Yeah, he sang.
So Lee escapes again and shows up at the consul's house. The agents mistake him for someone there to harm Han, but Lee subdues several of them and finds a way in. Carter shows up, and it looks like the truth is about to come out, but Lee covers for him and tells Han that they are working together. And a call comes in at that time from Sang regarding a ransom drop for Soo Young.
$1
Who do you
million.
think she is? Chelsea
Yes.
Yeah.
Grammer?
Kelsey
Clinton?
Chelsea Clinton. It's not that hard.
No.
No, but when you're like, who do you think she is, Chelsea Clinton? Then you know, like,
Well, how much was the ransom?
$50 million. $50 million.
$50 million. $50
Who do you
million.
think she is, Chelsea
Who
Clinton?
y'all think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton? There. I
Oh,
just did
that's-
it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
All right.
hilarious.
It's not funny.
It was
It
funny.
wasn't,
at the
it wasn't
time.
delivered as fast as Chris Tucker does.
Well,
No.
I can't do
Yeah.
it.
You didn't have. You
It's
didn't have
it's
the
hard.
timing.
He's like the
He's
micro
going,
machines.
like a
guy.
mile a minute.
motor
Yeah.
mouth.
So that's one of those things where like that line is still kind of funny to me because I know who the fuck Chelsea Clinton is.
Yeah.
But if I was 15 and I watched this movie today, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I would
Right.
just
Yeah.
whatever. That's a dated line.
It's like the Ralph Nader line in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 when they're
Oh
caught in the net.
yeah.
And Michelangelo's like, yeah, remind me to drop a line to Ralph Nader. Like, who the hell is Ralph Nader? And what kid knows who fucking Ralph Nader is?
No kid.
We'll say
No
that
kid.
for another time.
Seatbelts.
That's right.
He was big on seatbelts.
Yeah.
Ralph Nader.
I learned
Oh,
that
see, I
later.
didn't know that.
Vaguely remember him.
Yeah, he cared about the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
he was
why
like
nobody
he was like
knows
a
about
consumer
him.
advocate.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the reason why we have seatbelts.
He wrote a book like that really skewered the Chevy Corvair. I think it was called Dangerous at Any Speed.
Oh, that makes sense because
Yeah.
while they're in the nets, Donatello's talking about how sturdy and secure the net is. And see, now I know. I never knew that.
See that?
All right. This is,
Jokes that go over kids'
And then he
heads.
became a presidential candidate.
Right.
He ran a
Yeah.
few
Back in
times.
the 90s.
Yeah, he
Because
ran
I
a few
always
times.
mix
But he
him
was
and
too
Ross
smart.
Perot up because they were both.
Yeah, well, Ross Perot was in the 90s. I think
Right.
Ralph Nader was in the early
just had
2000s.
charts.
He was
A lot
Can
right.
I
of
finish?
charts.
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
Can I finish, buddy? Buddy? I'm not your buddy, guy.
You got to diversify with your money.
All right, where are we?
All right. So after an explosion takes out FBI agents who trace the call and Sang escapes Lee and Carter, they go to Johnson and find out more information. So they go to the bomb
Elizabeth
chick.
Pena.
Which is a great little scene. She's in the middle of a training
The
exercise,
bomb blows up.
and yeah, the bomb blows up.
Nah, we call that a foreshadowing scene.
That's right. That's right. She's a bomb expert. She, if you show a bomb expert, the rule is you have to use her in the third
Yeah,
act.
it's like Chekhov's
Chekhov's
C4.
So she gives him some information. The bomb from the scene was not American made. It was C4 based. So it was components weren't American, but C4 from America was used.
Plastique?
Plastique. That's right.
That's just no joke.
They go to see.
It is because you can toss it around.
That's right.
I don't find it threatening anymore. It's like quicksand.
You need a thing you need to activate it.
One day you're going to find quicksand and you're going to be like, oh, shit.
I'm more afraid of quicksand than I am C4 right now. It's the Cougars for me. I think I can take C4 in a fight.
I think you could fight C4.
I'm going to fight C4.
As long as there's no beepers
pin.
or garage door openers, dude, then you're good.
Of clay.
I'm just saying, if you see C4 in a garage door opener, then you should run.
Yeah.
I'm not going to run. I'm going to fight it.
No, because once they hit the open on the garage door, the shit's everything's just going to blow up.
If I'm going to go, I'm going to go fighting.
If you see a pager, you've gone back in time. But if you see a pager and C4, you need to run because the pager's going to activate the C4. Everything's going to blow up.
All right,
if you know what a pager is, Mark, your back probably hurts.
Yeah, I do, and it does. Oh, I'm out of suds. Keep going.
Have another one.
Can I get
Modelo?
another
Yeah,
sud?
this is a Modelo.
I have a Modelo. Thank you.
I got a cider here, too, if anybody wants.
Ooh, have another cider.
Grab some
Jack
different
here.
stuff.
Apple
today.
cider?
Yeah, you want it?
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
No, it's booze.
It's good. It's good stuff.
It's booze cider.
It is. It's
Do you
booze
want a
cider.
bark?
I'm going to have ginger ale.
Ginger ale? All right.
I like apple juice. I like apple cider.
So they go to see Clive, who is Chris Penn. So we get an extra bonus scene with Chris Penn. He's in prison since he
God.
and
Do you
since-
want to hold that? Hold that. I don't want to hold that. You want to hold that? I don't want to hold that. You don't want to hold that? Shut up.
since he has a C4 connection, so that's why they go and see him. Despite Carter pissing Clive off, Lee gets him to spill that the name of the buyer was Gentile, which is actually kind of a great scene. I dig this scene. I like Chris Penn in the scene.
It is kind of cool. Yeah, with the kid.
Yeah, because at first Chris Penn's
dude
like, I don't know
connects.
nothing about no
Yeah.
kid. Nope, I don't.
Oh, he shows
He's
him the
like-
picture. Yeah.
Right, and he's
Dude.
like anti-helping because because obviously Chris Tucker, but yeah, then Lee shows him the picture of Soo Young and appeals to his.
That's a
his
pretty good
humanity.
Jackie Chan acting moment.
Right.
You're like, oh, Jackie Chan.
Right.
Well
Yeah.
done. Yeah. I don't expect much from you, but you did good.
I feel like Chris Penn should have had a bigger part in this movie, and I don't know as what or where, but he's still good. He's good. Should just kind of throw.
He's a throwaway.
Yeah. He adds some gravitas to this movie.
He's just gonna decide out of the fucking blue to set us up. Why don't you tell me
See how
what
good he
really
is?
Is this True Romance?
No, that's Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As Carter and Lee are staking out, they are staking out the restaurant. They're waiting for the film to pick back up. We're treated with a little montage of Lee showing Carter some moves. And
I
some,
like that scene when
It
the
is
war.
pretty-
What is it good for?
That is funny.
Y'all, dude, I think that's fucking
Good
hysterical.
That's a great
y'all.
Y'all, not y'all. Y'all. Like what?
And he shows him the gun trick. We see him go get some Thai food, setting up one of my favorite exchanges in cinematic history, which is the Chinese food here, no soul food.
Oh yeah, I didn't saw it.
And then like as they're
Serve me
leaving,
a box of grease.
you're a punk bitch.
That
I
shit's
ain't no punk
hilarious.
bitch. You punk bitch. I fucking love that scene. That
He
guy.
says something to him in like Chinese,
Yes.
and he repeats it back to him. It's fucking hilarious.
I fucking love it.
That's a funny scene.
That is a good scene.
What are we eating? Eel. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Camel hump.
Yeah, what are you
Camel
eating?
hump.
Camel hump.
How's your camel hump?
Y'all got any camel hump?
Y'all can eat camel. How's your camel hump? You gonna serve me up a box of grease? That's funny.
That is.
That's funny.
So sick of waiting, Carter goes into the restaurant where they are seen on cameras upstairs, and we see that Juntao is actually Commander Griffin.
That's
Which
son of a gun.
I think they should have waited. They could have played this out a little bit longer because he hasn't shown up at Consul Hans yet to offer his support. I think the reveal should have been after that because you should have seen him and
probably
thought,
at
maybe
the,
this
like,
guy isn't a bad guy. Maybe
the-
he's just
museum or whatever.
Right.
He pops up at the museum.
Oh yeah,
Right.
he's like sitting in the chair, and they almost have him like Dr. Claw.
Yes.
And in
Yeah.
Inspector
Yes.
Gadget cartoon. It's like, where's Mad Cat? You know, I'll get you, chair next time.
Next time, Carter. Lee goes into the restaurant after waiting, and before he can drink poison tea from some lovely waitresses,
Oh my god.
he sees the necklace that he gave Soo Young on one of the evil-looking waitresses. Soo Young is relocated out the back door as Carter goes to meet with Juntao, but is jumped by Chinese henchmen, and Lee rescues him. Good little scene.
That's my favorite fight scene.
That is a
When
good
he's
fight
in
scene.
with the chair.
yeah.
That fucking chair thing is
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome. where he's falling sideways,
Yeah.
falls back up, goes back into it. I think that's some of the best fight choreography in the movie.
And this is also the restaurant when Carter first shows up. This is the scene where he gets kicked in the face and he's like, "Which one of y'all did that?"
Yeah.
That was right in the trailer. I remember that from the trailer, and
it's actually a play. It's a kind of homage to an actual, like I think a Hong Kong movie, where someone gets like hit, and which one of you hit me is what he says. Carter and Lee are reprimanded after being told that they were about to make the drop.
Per user.
Lee informs Han that the kidnapper is Juntao. He gets a call from Sang, increasing the ransom demand, and the two are told to leave, and Lee is sent to the airport to fly back to China. And Griffin at this time also visits Han and offers his help. And again, like I said, I think this should have been before that scene.
Yeah, because now you know he's bad.
Yeah.
I agree.
Pay him the ransom. You're like, yeah,
and I will say, the guy who plays Han he does some really good acting in the scene. He gets very, he gets emotional.
He's a good actor.
His daughter, I liked him in this.
See Rapid Fire?
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I own it. I own it.
He's badass in that.
It's him. Who's the other bad guy? There's two guys.
What's his Nick Mancuso?
American dude?
Oh God, what the hell is it? Eddie something. Nice doing business with you, Eddie. What the hell is his name?
There's an American guy that's also a bad
He's in
guy.
the mob, and they're not on good terms with the Yakuza or some
triads,
triads or something. Yeah,
it's never good to be on bad terms with those
something.
guys.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Very true.
Anyway.
Meanwhile, Carter apologizes to Johnson, and she agrees to help them with the case. Carter sneaks on the plane and talks Lee into continuing on with the case together on their own, which is really funny. He is like he dresses up as a baggage guy and shows up on the plane. At the Chinese museum ceremony, the drop is taking place. Carter recognizes Griffin from the cameras at the restaurant, and Lee puts the pieces together.
Because it seems like I was watching and I was like, wait a minute, did I miss something? It seems like Jackie Chan has already knows that he's Juntao, because it's not
Lee doesn't. Carter does, because he saw on the cameras when they were moving.
But Jackie Chan is
the girl.
like Juntao, and it was like, you never seen Juntao.
Yeah,
go back and check it out. Because when I was watching, I was like, oh, was there a scene in the beginning that I missed?
I can't remember.
Or was I not paying attention? Because the whole time I'm like, well, Carter's gonna be the one that's like, oh, that's Juntao,
Yeah.
but it's Jackie Chan who's like Juntao.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
That reveal scene was probably on the cutting room floor to make room for more of Chris
maybe.
Carter's shtick.
Probably.
Chris Tucker's shtick.
Well, and I'm trying to think too. Was Lee there when
Carter cut?
when Griffin comes to the consul's place?
No.
Right. So
no.
all right.
So they never interact with
So
which made
so
me
this would have
think
been
like,
the first time
that's
him
why
seeing
they
him again.
never,
Right.
Yeah. That's why they never.
Like,
he's
here. Why is he
he's
here?
there when they get all the valuables back because they're all having
Right.
dinner together. So
Right.
he is there.
So he knows who he is.
Is Juntao.
But I'm wondering
I
if
don't
maybe he's thinking like, well, why is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, he must be Juntao. I don't know.
Jackie Chan.
Let's see. Carter causes a diversion, causing the crowd to scatter for safety. In the chaos, Griffin's cover is blown, and like right away, like he just fucking gives in right away, and gives a good Bond speech. Basically, tells his whole plan and his
He could
motive.
never be a good guy.
No.
I just feel like
No, he's just
if
got that
he's
look.
I would like to see that movie if they're out there.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be a movie where he
Where
like
plays
played
like
a dad.
nice person. I don't know. He looks like a bad dude.
Well,
Carter locates Su Young, who's strapped with a remote explosive vest with the C4.
which is
The aforementioned.
Yeah.
Carter takes her back via the van, smashing through the museum, evening the odds by bringing Su Young back there with the
Smart
bomb.
move.
Right. Put the bomb in the place where the bad guy is. As a shootout begins, Johnson tries to disarm the bomb. She manages to remove the vest without detonating the bomb, but gives it to Carter and informs him it can still be triggered by the remote, which Juntao Griffin still has. No relation to Peter.
I never liked that trope though. Like, here's how we're going to confuse you. We're going to call him a Chinese guy's name. And then at the end, it's not going to be Chinese. And you're going to be super confused.
It's like Donna Chang in Seinfeld.
Yeah, right. I'm just waiting for the. Yeah. right.
You
Did
told
you say
me she was
ridiculous?
Chinese.
Did you say
You ever
ridiculous?
see Fierce Creatures? The
Yes.
kind of sequel to
once,
Yeah.
once.
when they're waiting for Rollo Lee to show up from Hong Kong, and they're waiting for a Chinese guy, and it turns out it's John Cleese.
That was the Fish Called Wanda. Not
It
a
was
sequel,
like
but
that
all the
group.
same.
Yeah, those 4 actors.
Yeah,
Different
same director, same
Very
actors,
good.
different
Okay.
different story.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Both of those movies. I love those movies.
Yeah, me too.
More fighting and fun Jackie Chan
Ooh,
stuff.
Jackie Lee.
Jackie
That's
Chan
what you
stuff.
did.
Which a lot of the scenes in
okay,
this
I've been calling him
finale
Chris Carter.
were actually reshoots.
Oh, no kidding.
They didn't have enough of him. They felt they needed more of him, and so
would be right.
The whole like the vase thing, which is a really great moment where he's
I love that
trying to
moment.
keep that
Oh,
Yeah.
and then somebody shoots it
right
anyway.
afterwards, and
Yeah.
he's like,
That's that hokey.
Don't.
It's a little too hokey for me.
See, that's that Hong Kong humor
Yeah.
that yes, madam kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not as extreme.
I'm surprised you don't like
Yeah.
that because
That
I
little
got
bit
that
of it,
vibe
I
too.
just-
I thought it had a nice balance of like the cool action,
Yeah.
and like. And then
Yeah,
like
the Hong Kong
and a
martial
nice
arts.
little punchline delivery at the end with it getting shot.
No, I think there's a lot of like fun, funny shit that he's doing with his fighting with like the steering wheel and the chair.
Oh, that was funny.
But that one, and I thought I was like, oh well, why do you even care about that?
Yeah.
What's it worth? Is it actually worth anything? That
Carter shoots Sang.
Yeah, right.
They have a nice little standoff.
Yeah.
Delivering another line that I've kept with me and repeated many times, which is "Wipe yourself up, fool, you did."
Oh,
Yeah.
I did like
which
that
is a
was great
callback
line.
to a line earlier where Sang says it to Carter, "Wipe
beating the shit
wipe
out
yourself
of him."
up, you're
Yeah.
bleeding."
Yeah.
After a nauseating high altitude fight, Griffin falls to his death from the ceiling of the museum.
As you do.
Carter saves Lee when he falls, and everyone is happy except for those who are dead.
So
with
it,
the C4, with the belt of C4, and it doesn't explode.
it falls into the water
Yeah.
It falls
because there's
into the
no
water.
beepers
I know
or
there's no
garage door
beeper
openers.
or garage
Mark.
door
The remote
opener
with the big red
and
red
no
light.
pin. I get it, but
not
man,
there.
that's so anticlimactic.
I thought
Why
he was gonna
couldn't
blow
it
up,
have been-
too.
I thought he was going to blow up.
He should blow up.
Not knowing how C4 works until you guys told me.
Did you watch this movie with Mary too, Tito?
No, I did
No?
not.
Did you get
No,
it this-
well, when we went to, what's funny enough, we saw these movies in theaters. So the fact that she doesn't know what C4 is even more.
Well, probably no.
Just doesn't remember.
No, I'm on her side.
It would've been
because
funny if-
it's irrelevant in this.
If
Well,
Chris
and it's
Tucker
not a
pushed the
popular
button-
thing anymore.
I think that would
C4
be
is like a
funny.
Well,
lower
he
level
had the button.
explosive.
Like
Did
if
he
he-
still have the button on him when he was falling?
got the
yeah.
I think if like in like
Explode.
let's bring it back to Ninja Turtles one more time. When Casey Jones crushes Shredder in the garbage,
Yeah, he kills Shredder. By the way.
Garbage truck?
Yeah. Oops.
if
Arby's.
when he fell into the water, Chris Tucker accidentally was like whoops and pushed the button and the shit just blew up.
No, people wouldn't forgive him for that.
I
He's
would
a
have. It
cop.
was a long time ago.
No.
He was a bad guy. Also, if you wanted to do
Maybe if the little
reshoots-
girl did it,
if the little girl,
I
does
would
it,
have.
that's
I
funny.
would have freaking.
Oh,
laughed.
what does this do?
She picks it up and looks over at Jackie Chan's like,
Yeah.
I hate this show.
"What's this?" Boom. That would have been hysterical.
Dad, your pager's going on.
Yeah, you missed a great opportunity.
If you were gonna do reshoots for more action, I think Jackie Chan is supposed to fight Sang.
That would have
That's
been better.
the fight that you want to see.
Right,
Like Chris
right.
Tucker gets his ass kicked. He delivers a very
Because that
cool
was kind of
one-liner.
the setup from the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and then he
Because you've got this arch nemesis.
that's the
Yeah.
other thing I hate too is when like that dude isn't gonna beat up fucking Jackie Chan. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like I hate shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
He's hitting him with like a briefcase or whatever, and then he falls off the end.
So did they
They
rush
make-
the
they
end?
make-
Did
they-
they just kind of rush it to get it?
They rush
done?
hour.
Maybe. Yeah, they rush
They
hour.
rush
They
hour.
rushed the hour.
end,
They
all
rushed the
right.
last hour.
They make up for
Now
it. in
you
the,
did it.
the second
Well,
one.
In the second, they make up
In
for
the second
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause he-
Oh, okay.
he's got better fights. Yeah,
Right.
better villains.
And
yeah.
the better, totally better.
Is
better
that the one
villains.
with Don Cheadle? Is Don Cheadle in the second one?
I think he is.
Where he's dressed like a fucking. He's got the hat with the fake fucking braid coming out the back, and him
Yeah.
and Jackie Chan fight
Don
each other.
Cheadle?
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, he's in one of
I've
them.
seen it once, but I don't
He's in one of
remember.
them where
We'll check it out.
He's dressed like Kung Fu, wearing a little hat, like the Seven Chinese Brothers. He's literally
Right.
dressed like the Seven Chinese Brothers.
Right.
And him and Jackie Chan fight each other.
The little hat with
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
They fight each
can
other.
see him.
Well, we got to see it now.
Orange, I believe.
Yeah, it's fucking hysterical.
Yeah, so that's Rush Hour. We get some bloopers in the end. We get a little tag with them on the plane.
Yeah.
She-
Chris
she-
Tucker. Yeah, Shishini.
Chelsea Grandma.
Chelsea Grandma. Chelsea Clinton. I'm so funny.
And that's Rush Hour.
All right.
All right.
Generally, yeah.
Nice job. Good job, Derek. All right, so categories. You wanna
I wrote
spout
this
out
as I was watching,
Spout
too.
the categories.
How about favorite scene?
So my favorite scene is when he initially speaks to his captain and they have the exchange. 2 officers were shot. 1 man lost a pinky, but didn't nobody die? You destroyed half a city block. That block was already messed up. You lost a lot of evidence. We still got a little bit left. I fucking love that line.
The
We
trailer.
still got a little
He has
bit
an answer
left.
for everything.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, too, when it turns around and he's, what is Philip? Not Philip. What's the guy's name that plays the captain?
Philip Baker Hall.
Philip Baker
Yeah,
Hall.
Philip Baker Hall.
And he's like, he kind of catches him by surprise and is like, sometimes and worst of all, you did a good job. Sometimes you just need to show them that we can still blow shit up. That's what I'm saying, my man.
We still got a little bit left. That's my favorite scene.
My favorite scene is the scene in the pool room. I know, the pool hall. Excuse me. My favorite thing about Jackie Chan is when he wants everybody to leave him alone, but he has to fight. Pablo Francisco had a bit about this with Jackie Chan.
Oh,
It's
I've
always,
seen that.
Always
That
at his
dude's fucking
best.
hysterical,
He's
Pablo
like,
Francisco.
have you ever noticed he never wants to fight? He's always just telling people to leave him alone. And he fights because he wants to be left alone. Right. That moment is in the pool hall scene, and I love the fighting in that because of it. Because he's just like, leave me alone. I don't want to do this. But he does, and he kicks ass every time.
He doesn't want to hurt you. But
I love the scene. I love what he does with the pool table, the pool cue.
He's super talented.
Anecdote. That's mine.
I like the finale. I like Lee and Carter visiting Clive, but I know it's such a small little part, but that Chinese food truck is that whole banter is my favorite.
Grease?
Yeah.
Like it's literally in my top 10 cinematic moments.
Nice.
I just get a kick out of it every time. I think it's because of the food truck guy. Like he's just a
It's
riot.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His delivery is perfect. It's just awesome. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Box of grease.
You punk bitch.
No, you punk bitch.
No punk bitch. You punk bitch.
I like the scene when they were doing the fighting to get out of the Chinese restaurant when they were upstairs.
Yeah.
I love the scene. I know Tito was not a fan of it, but I did like the scene with the vases because it just showed Jackie Chan's timing.
Yeah.
He is so on.
It's so precise.
He really is.
True.
The big fight at the end when he's hanging off the rafters and everything that's going down there. Basically, I like any of the action scenes with Jackie Chan. Any of the parkour stuff. When he's jumping off the double-decker bus onto the red light pole there and then jumping down onto the other truck and then sliding into the taxi.
the cab.
Oh, my
That's
God.
fucking
He almost died
slick.
with that when
Dude,
the
he almost
container
dies in
ship,
every movie.
Those two when the two containers are like he's
Oh, I
climbs up
read
the-
that, yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah,
came
yeah,
with
they
like
closed-
within
A hair's breadth.
hair
yeah.
of getting his head. Like that would have been awful.
Yeah, no kidding. His first and last American action film. No, it was great. Any of the scenes with Jackie Chan in, I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Nice.
The
Good.
second
Yeah.
one's definitely
I'm glad.
a fun movie.
What's wrong with this movie?
Brett Ratner.
Yes.
Only because,
Yeah.
and I like this movie. I think there's a better director out there for this movie, but also he fucking ruined the X-Men. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ruined
he
X-Men.
did.
Agreed.
And he's never made anything that, he's not like that guy that I want to go back and see all
doing
this
the same
shit.
thing. I looked up his name too because I'm like, I know he's directed a ton of shit. I wanted to see what he did, and besides this and X-Men, there's not much other
all
than like
crap.
a ton
I've
of music.
seen a lot of
videos.
his movies, and
He does a lot of
they're-
producing.
It's like him and
whatever.
Mick G.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like at the time, they were like
Yeah.
music video guys that
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
let into Hollywood,
Yeah.
and it's like immediately regretted.
That's fine. He
letting
makes
them.
movies.
True.
I think
Although
there's a better
McGee made
director for
those two
this.
babysitter movies that I really like.
Oh, he did the Killer
babysitter
Queen
movies
and the
with-
Wait, Ratner
Babysitter?
did?
No,
Oh,
Mick G.
McG.
made those.
You
Oh,
mentioned
yeah.
McGee.
He did. I mean, he helped create Supernatural, which I loved.
Yep.
Stupid McG. The dumbass.
But yeah, the Brett Ratner is just, he's fine. I think there's a better director out there for this movie.
Yeah. Mark?
Having Jackie Chan and not using him to his full potential doesn't work. There's plenty of opportunities for Jackie Chan to fight more, and there were better people that he should have fought, like Sang. It doesn't work when you put your fighting and action star
on
the back burner of your action movie for shtick,
Yeah.
for comedic shtick. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
I think that's where Yes, Madam succeeded.
See, that's
I think there was more. Well, I mean, I know you don't like all the comedy stuff that was in it, but I think that movie was chock full of the action, and even
it was, but it was two movies.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
problem with
Yeah.
that. That was it.
It was more the Thieves movie than it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh
Yeah.
and Cynthia Rothrock.
I think a lot of the stuff is just wicked racially charged, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't fly.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but there's a lot of it, and like I said, Tucker's shtick gets really old really fast. And yeah, I mean, it worked then. It doesn't really work.
No.
nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know what it holds up. It's not Beverly Hills Cop. That's
Yeah.
just still funny. It's timeless because it's not specific to any decade necessarily.
Right, yeah.
No time period. Eddie Murphy's just funny in those movies,
Right.
being funny in those scenes, right? When he's
But-
making like topical jokes. And it's
Correct
like,
me if I'm
that
wrong,
shit
but
just doesn't go.
isn't this that kind of style or that kind of delivery? Didn't he invent that?
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
I mean,
Though that
this-
kind of
that's
Axel
he's
Foley,
doing Axel Foley.
that
Yeah.
fast talking character.
Absolutely.
Like, did,
Right.
Was there
Well, it's
anybody
like, you ever
else
see
that was
Hollywood
doing-
Shuffle?
No.
It's very good. It's a
That's
Robert
Robert
Townsend
Townsend, right?
movie.
Yeah, I saw it.
But there's a Robert Townsend wants to go in to audition for a movie, and they're saying we want the Eddie Murphy type.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
a room full of dudes dressed like Eddie Murphy, all trying to like figure out his laugh, say the lines like him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a result of. I think like Chris Tucker. I don't know if you ever see his stand up. It's not that dissimilar from how he behaves in his films.
Yeah.
Right. It's part of the character. So
Okay.
there's less substance. Like Chris Tucker was never one of my favorite people comically because it's the shtick is part of the comedy, where Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, their substance is the comedy.
Yeah.
And they can be a little bit funny and be silly sometimes, but they are just fucking funny people.
Right. Yeah.
It's performative, right? And Eddie Murphy, to a certain extent, is also a performative guy who he created that style.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody's trying to be Eddie Murphy when they're doing that action cop movie.
You just said yours, right?
Yeah, Mark did his.
Okay.
And you got to do yours, or you started
No,
yours.
I did mine.
Then that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
I was going to say Chris Tucker is the only thing that didn't work for me, but I like what Tito said. Brett Ratner. I think if we had a better director, he would have wrangled Chris Tucker a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we would have gotten more Jackie Chan doing his stuff, which is I think what people wanted to see. Because he, like Mark said, you're just coming off of the buzz from like Rumble in the Bronx,
Yeah.
and all the stuff that he did in Hong Kong that was starting to filter in, around that time.
Right.
That this movie.
Don't
just
forget,
before this
we
movie
had
was
Jet
made.
Li around this time too.
That's
we
right.
Had him
Yeah,
and Lethal
because
Weapon
he
4.
had done
People,
Lethal Weapon.
Right. People were like, there was
Right.
like this resurgence of Hong Kong action in America.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
that's what people wanted.
It's because of
That's
Mortal
what you
Kombat.
need to see. Well, maybe.
It could be. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Brett Ratner. Yeah, we need a better director. It was still competently done. But
Yeah.
it could have been.
I
so
think
much.
if they, you're right.
So
I mean,
much better.
If they had someone
confidently done.
who had more experience with improv actors, like comedians that improv a lot,
Right.
I think that it probably. You're right. He would have been reined in a little bit more and kind of streamlined.
Yep.
I don't want comedians improvising in an action
Yeah.
movie, though.
Yeah.
I don't need
No.
improvising in
But
an
that's
action
what they
movie.
do.
They write
Right.
scripts
That's why you have
for
the
a
funny
reason.
with the
guy.
with the exception of Axel Foley, I don't need it in a lot. I don't need the constant shtick. It's
Yeah.
I want to see action. If I want improvised comedy, I'll see a comedy.
Yeah, I just think when you have those characters and all those actors, that there's going to be some leeway for them
true.
to try a little something.
Maybe that's why Damon Wayne didn't work for you so much, because you thought he was funny, but he held back in Last Boy Scout because he was trying to act. There wasn't
Right.
a lot of hated it or homie don't play that.
Yeah.
So
Favorite and least favorite characters.
all right.
My least favorite characters are the FBI agents. Of all the characters, they were fine. My favorite characters are Carter and Lee.
Straightforward.
Favorite character, Jackie Chan. Least favorite character, Chris Tucker. His shtick just kills it for me. Sorry.
Favorite Sima, I don't know, Shima as Consul Han.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty much the only serious role in the whole film.
Oh man.
Oh, the dad.
He doesn't have any comedic scenes at all, and the scene where the kidnapper's called.
He's
like
the
I
heart
said,
of that movie.
right.
Yeah.
And he kind of like he does this thing where he kind of like trembles as he's on the phone, and it's just really good stuff. And I totally felt it. And my least favorite was Griffin. I love Wilkinson.
Oh, the bag. Yeah,
I do love him, and I loved him as Falcone. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I feel like they could have done this so much better had they, like I said, had they waited to reveal, and had they had more scenes with him and Han and Lee.
Han Lee.
Yeah, and he's kind of lame in the role. He's not believable as this guy who'd. He's not believable as a guy who would have sang as a henchman.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't buy that at all.
Yeah.
I would have rather have seen that the dad kidnapped his own daughter in the end as like some kind of insurance something or other, because at least he's a character that's in the movie consistently. That
Right.
a twist, all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, he kidnapped his own daughter. That's wild.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I'd rather the guy who played Han be the bad guy because he's awesome at fighting.
Yeah.
And I would want to see more of that. He's good at the dad, too, as the dad.
Favorite characters are Jackie Chan, and I also like Julia Su as Su Young. Those are my favorite. The little girl was fantastic. And she only made one other thing other than this.
Yeah.
My least favorite is Chris Tucker. Yeah, too much Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Too much syrup in that ice cream sundae, sir. You got to have a nice mixture of flavors. Even too much fudge takes away from the flavor of the ice cream.
Who's our MVPs?
I'm going to split it because I like Chris Tucker in this movie and I like Jackie Chan in this movie. I think they tried to give us a balanced movie.
Yeah.
I think Brett Ratner isn't capable of making that movie.
Yeah.
But if they had, I think it would have been a good split down the middle.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to both of them.
Mark?
I'm going to give it to Jackie Chan, and I'm going to steal a little bit of what you just said. The guy who plays Han, who we were just talking about, I think you're right. I think he's the heart of the movie, and he has some acting chops. He adds drama where needed, and really good. So I'll go with him.
Jackie Chan for my MVP. It was really like I said, the first taste of his type of action that most American audiences were given, and I think he really opened the door for a lot of stuff that we see now, and a lot of the like that big boom of Hong Kong kind of martial arts cinema. You had Chow Yun-fat after this, and I think he opened the door for a lot of those actors to kind of make the move to Western.
Who I think is the best actor of the three. I think Chow Yun-fat's a better actor than
Out of what? Him,
Jet Li and
Jackie
Chow
Chan.
Yun-fat.
Oh, Chow Yun-fat, definitely.
Hands down, just a phenomenal
absolutely.
fucking actor.
Well, I'll go into it with my geek flag.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in your geek flag.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
kind of.
Okay.
My MVP is Jackie Chan. Not only was he kicking ass, but he was funny.
Right.
He was charming.
He is funny,
He
yeah.
was smooth. I mean, he was the full package. I just wanted more Jackie Chan.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. He was.
He's great.
It's a small
He's great
package,
in this
though, Brian.
movie.
He was great in this movie.
No.
He really is. He's phenomenal in this movie.
It's cold in there.
It is. And I just thought he did a great job. I mean, to say this was like one of his first really big English speaking roles, I mean, I think he nailed it.
Right.
You know, he came across as a legitimately funny guy. And he could kick ass, and he held his own with Chris Tucker. So, yeah.
Final one. What are you doing here?
Oh, I got to go with my fucking guy, Gene LaBelle, who plays the taxi cab driver. He is like in every fucking movie you've ever seen. He's a stunt man. He's got the red hair. He pulls the gun on him. But he's also like a former judo and like grappling champion. He's in so many movies. So I'm going to give it to Gene LaBelle.
Cool.
I'm going to go with Chris Penn because that was my reaction the first time I saw him. What's nice guy Eddie doing in this movie? That's it.
Mine's Philip Baker Hall because I completely forgot he was in this as the captain, and I know him more from Boogie Nights and Magnolia, the Paul Thomas Anderson movies. I liked him in both of those. He's a really good actor, and I completely forgot that he was in this.
I'm going with him too, only because I recognized him as Bookman.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, hey, Bookman.
He's also I believe he's a doctor that accidentally drools into Larry David's mouth on like season 2 of an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. They get into a little tiff because Larry David uses the phone in the doctor's office to make a call. The doctor comes in, kind of gives him grief. So he has him lying down, and he's examining him, and he's like, oh, it looks like we have a little prick here. There's a wound. And Larry David's like, oh, yeah, I see a prick. Oh, yeah. And they're going at it. And then out of nowhere, there's this pause while he's, checking him out, and this drop of drool falls off his lips into Larry David's mouth.
I remember that episode.
And he thinks he did it deliberately. So that's all I can think of when I...
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, that's Rush Hour.
That's Rush Hour. See it. Have fun. I do want to see the second one again. I want to see.
I love the second one.
I don't remember the second one much
Zhang
at all.
Ziyi
I don't
is
know if
so
I like
fucking
it
hot
better.
in that
She
movie.
is
I don't remember it
amazing.
either.
Gorgeous.
I can't remember if
seen
Don
it, so
Cheadle's
see
in
it
it.
Forward
again.
to it.
Don Cheadle's in one of
And
them.
I want to see
yeah?
if Chris Tucker improved at all, or if not. So. If there's
Well, and
more
it really focuses more on Lee in that one.
Then I probably
'Cause
would
it's,
like
it-
Well,
it's
that's all in China.
right, and
Well, there you
it's
go.
his father's former partner, and now he's like a crime lord, and it's just it got a better story. It's got better action. It's got better bad guys.
Cool.
Better atmosphere.
All right,
spent
we'll
more
check it
money
out.
on it.
You want to ask?
Geek flags.
What's making the
What's making the geek flags fly? Tito.
I got one. It's a quick one, and I saw it yesterday, and I'm very fucking excited about this movie. It's called Sinners, and it's Ryan Coogler's new movie with Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan plays twins.
Oh yeah,
and it's set in like the
preview
20s.
for this.
The trailer looks nuts. I didn't know what it was going to be about, and the trailer has kind of given me an idea. They're essentially trapped in what seems to be a barn with a bunch of fucking vampires, maybe trying to bust into the barn.
They're like these yokel,
Yeah.
like banjo players.
But it
or
has this
something.
like Bobby Johnson kind of feel to it. Like one of the guys is playing
It's like
his
Vampires Meets
guitar
Deliverance?
and he
Maybe?
he makes
Maybe.
something happen. And Haley Steinfeld is in it. The woman
nice.
from Deadpool and the Loki series, One Me.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I forget her last name, but it looks really fucking cool. Check out the trailer. I'm very excited. It's the 5th movie that they've made together, and it's definitely a departure from the other, so it looks fun. It's called Sinners.
Nice.
Yeah, it comes out in April. The trailer is badass, though. That's all I got.
Cool. Well, so Tito last week was talking about revisiting like Hong Kong action movies, and that inspired me to do some. So I started watching like Hard Boiled again for a Better Tomorrow, which I actually ordered and finally watched and absolutely loved it. And I came across a movie that I told you about with Jet Li called Contract Killer. It's on Amazon Prime. Excellent. Some excellent fighting, excellent Jet Li stuff. It was like late 90s, right around the Lethal Weapon time. Awesome flick. Check that one out for sure. Out of the three, I'd say Chow Yun-fat is the best actor.
Yeah.
I just think he has a presence about him that's...
Dude, he's got like this like charisma.
He's got a charisma.
He's got
He's
it.
hot. He's hot.
got it.
He's a hot guy.
Yeah.
And, he's got the charisma out of all three of them for sure. He's more, guns, really. I mean, I know he can, Crouching Tiger, Hindrek. I know he can fight and everything, but he's the gun guy. So, And I saw Wolfman.
Oh.
And I was telling Brian, I saw it with my buddy Paul Montani because we're both werewolf fans.
I was going to go see it last night too with my dad and brother,
Yep.
but I wasn't feeling up to it, so I bowed out.
So this movie is getting a lot of mixed reviews. So I had no expectations going in. I saw one still from it, and we were both very skeptical going in. Because it's not your typical werewolf movie, but it is. This is a fantastic film. Blumhouse, as far as I'm concerned, has done it again.
Yeah.
They did it with The Invisible Man. They gave us a fresh look at the Wolfman.
Same director, too.
In a different way.
Same
people.
director,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The werewolves in them are definitely more man than wolf. The way you become a werewolf is more like an infection, a la The Fly. Brundlefly. This isn't you turn back and forth from man to wolf. They're more, like the Native American dogman legend.
They become feral.
Skinwalkers.
I'm a skinwalker. I'm normally not attracted to that kind of werewolf. This is more of a drama than a monster movie, like straight out horror film.
Doesn't make
But
your
the
dogs howl.
cast is so good,
Yeah.
and the characters are very well written, and the story is great, and the look of the film is beautiful.
Who's the wife and the mom?
The mom is, I can't remember the actress's name. She's in
chick from
Ozark. She was
Ozark.
Ruth.
Oh, she's the one that's going to be. She's the one that's going to be the
lady.
Silver
She's
Surfer.
going to be the new Silver
She's the one that
Oh,
looks like
yeah,
she's
yeah,
12
yeah.
years old.
Yeah. She's great in this. They're all great. The little kid's great. Like, everybody in the movie is really good. There's some real suspenseful moments. Both Paul and I liked it a lot. And they keep a lot of the monster in shadow. They don't show it right away. And when you do see it, it's not your typical werewolf, but it still has supernatural elements to it. It's not just a crazy man with jagged teeth, which was a still somebody showed, and a lot of people started giving the picture shit. I recommend it. You might like it, you might not. But again, I went in thinking it was going to kind of blow or just be kind of but it was surprisingly awesome.
Nice.
I highly recommend it.
How long was it?
It didn't feel that long.
Under 2 hours?
It did not. I can tell you. Go ahead.
Tell us. Yeah. What do you got, Darren?
Section 31. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but I do love Michelle Yeoh in
same.
anything.
This is a movie, right? It's
Yeah.
not a- it's not a-
Yeah,
It's
and
on
it was
Paramount
originally
Plus.
set to be a TV show, and you can kind of tell. There's definitely a bunch of cuts.
I
that,
watched
like,
it too, Derek.
Yeah.
Did you think that the movie felt like it was a pilot for something else?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like, because even there were moments where it
I
was
know.
like, oh, this would have been a commercial.
Uh-huh.
Like, but overall, I really dug it. It was kind of fun. like I said, I'm not a diehard Star Trek fan, so I'm not as well versed in the history of like. I know that she was on a show. I know that one of the characters, Rachel Garrett from the Federation.
She becomes a captain of the. She becomes captain of the Enterprise that goes back in time to yesterday's Enterprise.
Yeah,
the Enterprise
C.
No
kidding.
Yeah,
she's
the one that gets killed though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Defending the Klingons against the Vulcans. I did read up on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So I didn't know any of that stuff. I was just everything was kind of new to me. I took it as kind of like a, this crazy group of I dig movies where there's an ensemble cast and a bunch of different characters from different walks of life. I like that. So I dug it. I liked. I mean, the pacing was good. There was
it moved very quick,
right?
Yeah,
and it has its shortcomings. I wasn't really a big fan of the ending, but like overall, I think it's a fun watch. A little tidbit: did you know that Michelle Yeoh used to be married to a Hong Kong entrepreneur named Dixon Poon?
No.
Real guy.
Yes, you have it written right
Dixon
there.
Poon.
Dixon Poon.
Dixon
All
Poon.
right.
P-O-O-N?
Sounds like a porn name, right?
Like the Pooniverse.
Totally different one. Yeah, that's right.
Pooniverse.
That's right.
And the Pooniverse.
And also, I just want to bring up, I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but shout out to Horst Jansen. Captain Cronus himself.
I was going to bring that up too.
Were you? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then
No, go ahead.
Cut this out.
You've
No,
already
cut
done
this
it.
out. You're the Hammer fan. Cut this out.
No.
Cut that part out. Yes.
Please
say it. No.
Cut him out. Cut him out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Because you're the Hammer fan.
It doesn't matter. We're all
right,
Hammer fans.
so just say rest in peace and go to Brian.
Rest in peace.
There you go.
Yeah, no.
Captain Kronos, I love that
I was
movie.
just going to say.
Can I talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead, Tito.
All right, no,
Derek, you could have finished. It doesn't matter. Horst Jansen was, he did one movie for Hammer, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. It's the movie that kicked me off on my Hammer, my love for Hammer since I was a kid. And it's the only one that he did. He was fantastic, and I wish they had done more with that character.
And
but
they did the
didn't.
comic book series, right? And they used his likeness?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to check with Dean. I think Dean said that he's got some of the comics.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
That's the only movie I saw without
Dean,
you
if you're
guys.
listening, and I know
Did you
will
really?
be.
Yeah, I saw that because I'd heard for years Captain Kronos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
just from
remember
Hammer
you
fans,
telling
that
me
just
yeah.
people liked that movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
It's
was
a
the
good
only
movie.
Hammer film I ever saw that wasn't with
So
you guys.
Kronos.
the Hammer Company just re-released it in 4K.
Right.
It's their first one since they've been bought out by the John Gore Company.
Yep.
And they promised that they were going to start like re-releasing all their old
Remastered.
catalog and
Oh, cool.
remaster them all. And so this was their first big release that
I
they
saw
did.
some of
And it
the
came out around
side-by-sides.
Oh,
It looks
man.
nice.
It does look
Yeah.
Are we
nice.
gonna have to buy them
So-
all again?
I'm not. I don't even have a Blu-ray player, but
I don't need 4K for
yeah,
Hammer.
and
I'm
I
sure it's
did
a treat for
after
people.
after Horst. I saw that Horst Jansen died. I did look it up on Amazon to see. And I was like, I'm not going to pull the trigger on it.
Well, I have it on
Yeah.
Vudu, and sometimes Vudu will automatically upgrade
Upgrade
me
it? Yeah.
to when there's like a 4K
The better
version.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
They
cool.
don't always do it. They want you to buy the upgraded version, but
Yeah.
So
yes.
So I'll let you know.
All right.
Yep. R.I.P. Horst Jansen.
Yep.
You will be missed. Was that it for you, Derek?
That was it. Yep.
Okay. For me, I did see Section 31. It's not on my list. I wasn't that thrilled about it, unfortunately.
But
Really?
I had a feeling
Wow.
that you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But what I did care for was I started binging Dexter: Original Sin, which is the prequel.
Yeah. I
And
heard of
the
this.
kid that they've got playing the
young Dexter.
Dexter.
Yeah.
Who's the original actor?
Michael C.
Michael C.
Hall.
Hall.
He looks just like him,
Really?
and it's uncanny. He is so close to the original actor. And Christian Slater plays his dad. It's not
James Remar.
It's not James Remar in this one. I like the one that's playing his daughter. They're all recast, because they're all younger versions of
Oh,
themselves.
so then it's like
So-
a younger sister.
It's
also
yeah,
then.
A
Deb
younger-
is-
yeah.
Deborah.
Deb is a different actress,
Deb.
but Michael C. Hall does narrate the show, so there's still that tie-in, like hey,
Right.
this is what happened, blah blah blah. Really good. So we started watching it Saturday, and I thought it was all done. I thought all episodes were out, so we're watching it. It gets up to episode 7, and it just ends. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking, I'm like, God, we still got 3 episodes to go, and they're not out yet. God damn it. I thought we could binge the whole thing this weekend, but we didn't. So now we got to wait for the next 3 weeks as they release them episode by episode.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, if you guys have the opportunity, check it out.
good.
It's a
Definitely.
freaking good show if you
Yeah.
like Dexter.
I like Dexter.
I never
Sarah's a
watched
huge
it.
Dexter fan,
Yeah.
so she'll love it.
first 4 or 5 seasons, I think I watched, and then I kind of fell off.
Same with me, Tito. I didn't watch all of them either.
I mean, go for now. I'd say see season 1 through 4 and leave it perfect.
Absolutely.
Trinity Killer is fucking.
Is John Lithgow in one of those?
Yeah,
the fourth
season.
Yeah,
Trinity.
Good.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh, it's the best season, man.
Yep, really good. And my only other thing is The Night Agent season 2 on Netflix started, and we started watching that. We're up to episode 4. The Night Agent.
Oh, Mary watches that. She really likes
it was
that
really
show.
good. It was like one of these sleeper shows that came out last year, and it was we caught it because there was nothing else on, so we started watching it. It was really good. And then I have no idea what this guy's name is.
Yeah,
you'll have to look it up.
The actor either.
But it's really good. It's about this guy. He's he worked in a basement office of the White House. And he would answer this. He'd monitor this phone that never rang.
Yes.
And then one day it rang, and it was an agent that was in trouble. So and then he had to kind of make contact with him, and it just spiraled out of control.
What's
for
it
him.
on?
Netflix.
I got to add it because I remember seeing that preview.
The Night Agent was really good. Season 2 is really good too. We're up to episode 4. All episodes are out of both seasons, so check it out.
Nice.
All right, that's Geek Flag.
That's Geek Flag.
Do you want to end it here? We usually rate the movies. Should we do a quick rate?
I was going to do that before, but no. Let's just continue.
Cut it.
Yeah, that's
Cut
fine.
it.
We don't need to rate them.
We don't need to rate them. They're all good.
we
all
like
worth
them all.
checking out.
Yeah,
okay.
Go
All
back
right.
and listen. You'll find out what we thought.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? How are they going to go back and listen, Brian?
Well, they
Because
can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number
3.
gdpodcast.com. And as Mark said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you can subscribe to us if you haven't already. Hit one of those buttons to the podcast platform of your choice, and you will never miss an upcoming episode. Most importantly, if you could, at the website, there is a spot where you can rate and review the show. It goes a long, long way to push our little show a bit further forward from the rest of the podcasting pack. And most importantly, it makes it easier for other people to find us while they're searching. Also, our media presences are linked at the website. We can be found at Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and the audio portion of our show can be found on YouTube every week as well. Let's see. We have a Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is like Patreon, and if you like the show, and we really hope you like the show, you might also consider maybe making a small donation to help keep the show going. A small donation would be greatly, greatly appreciated because, as we say, podcasting is not cheap. And I think that's pretty much it, boys. So with that, thank you out there, everybody, for listening, and back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This was an awesome month of buddy cop movies, and now we are moving into February. And February is fantasy time, guys. We got a lineup of fun fantasy films for you for Fantasy February.
Wow, that's a lot of alliteration.
It really was. You're gonna have to tune in to find out exactly what they are.
Yeah.
So until
I picked Kakunt.
Kakunt.
That's the one I picked.
That's quite the fantasy. Starring what's his name? Poon.
Dixon Poon.
Dixon Poon.
Little dog, you don't like that. The all anal. The final.
The all anal final chapter.
Revenge of the Shits.
Now we gotta watch
The all
that.
anal
Now I'm
final
gonna go and watch it. Don't do that. Don't
like that.
So until next time, for Three Geeky Dads, I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Dixon Poon.
I'm Tito.
Saying good night and keep watching the skies, because how else are you going to see the eye in the sky looking at you? He can read your mind. He's the maker of rules, and dealing with fools, he'll cheat you blind.
Wow.
And I don't need to see any more to know that. I need to end this right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Alan Parsons.
You're welcome, Projects.
That was delightful. Delightful.
I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. I can read your mind. I am the maker of rules, dealing with fools. Don't stop now.
I love my voice. I'm not going any further.
Good night.
What were we talking about?
Twin Peaks. You were watching Twin Peaks, and you watched it.
Yeah.
And he got
and
kicked
they kept
off.
playing.
There
And
was
it was
some
too lazy to
commercial
read.
that kept playing while I was watching Twin
Was it a
Peaks.
Modelo commercial?
It wasn't Modelo. What were we talking about before Twin Peaks? I forgot.
Shit.
Maybe it'll come to me.
Are you
now.
sure it wasn't beer?
No, it wasn't a Modelo commercial. It was,
You said you liked the music.
it was
I've never seen a
relevant
Modelo.
to whatever we were. I thought, at least I thought it was.
Oh, the Jerry Springer documentary.
Oh yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Steve Wilco,
Oh.
right? Because
I started watching
he
that
got
too,
his own
Tito.
show.
Yeah.
He ended up getting his own
He
show.
did, didn't he?
Yes.
That was
Steve,
the big bodyguard.
the bodyguard guy.
Oh, from
ended
Jerry
up-
Springer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
got his own
bouncer.
talk show.
Yeah, he did.
And
Yeah.
they kept advertising it on Pluto, and I was like, I should watch this.
It's not good.
I mean, if it's in the vein of Jerry Springer,
But I don't think Steve wasn't as soulless as Jerry Springer was. So he
Jerry Springer was soulless?
Oh,
He
no.
had no soul?
No, I mean, you know.
yeah, he went
Come on,
straight to
guy.
hell.
Yeah.
He did. I
Yeah, he
knew
sold it so he could have a show.
And it worked.
That was the reason.
Obvi.
Didn't you watch Ringmaster?
We did. We watched it
got
at table.
I got
I know,
tickets to go
actually.
see Rugrats the movie, and we snuck into Ringmaster. We were too young. We were only 17, and I didn't have ID, so we were
Just
like,
did a Nedry laugh.
yeah. So we got tickets to see
That's
Rugrats the movie, and then we went to go see Ringmaster.
All right.
What'd you get for your soul, Tommy? Well, the devil taught me to play this guitar real good. Oh, son, for that you sold your immortal soul? Well, I wasn't using it.
That's fair.
Oh, brother, we're out, though.
You guys ready?
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I got a Rush Hour joke.
You never seen it?
No.
It's good.
What?
It's
Oh,
very
brother,
good.
we're out, though?
Good music,
I
good
need to
movie.
see
Great movie.
Yeah.
Everybody tells me it's good. All right, let's do this. You
All
got a
right.
rush hour joke?
Yeah, I do. It's a two-parter too. There's a little tag at the end.
Oh, we have to do the second part next week, or
No,
Yeah, how
no.
does
Oh,
It's a clip. This is the final episode. That's the cliffhanger.
Do we need any setup beforehand?
No.
Sometimes
It's
these jokes need instructions
No,
that we're not aware of.
It's just kind of just Oh, really, Derek?
Okay,
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 all
all
right.
right. Okay, we can do that.
Mark can do that.
I can. I can totally.
I'll feel my way through it.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Okay.
You know, guys, it's not just cell phones that distract drivers. So he tries to assure her that
He
she'll
still
be
has
fine.
work to do in Hong Kong.
That's right. That's right.
Gardening and
She'll be fine in America. America's a friendly place.
Mostly.
Which is after he says that, we cut to America where we're introduced to an over-the-top undercover LAPD detective James Carter, played by Chris Tucker, and he's on a job. He's meeting up with Chris Penn to buy some C4.
Oh,
Shades of the
As
Lost
you
Boys.
do.
Yeah, as you
That's
do.
right.
as you do.
Derek, hold there and move your mic in front of your mouth. It's kind of pointed up. And move it down. Seems like no. Yeah, you go. That'll work.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it just,
That is
All
better.
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble
Sorry.
hearing
Don't be
you.
sorry. Be better.
And I'm looking and like your mic was like off to the side and pointed up. I'm like,
I was talking on my nose. Yeah, so he's on his way. He's driving like an asshole.
can be found on YouTube every week as well. That's going to be edited out.
I hope not.
You hope not? That'll be a stinger now then. Let's see. We have a Ko-fi page.
Chris Tucker's like, oh man, okay, yep, we get it.